My man. My man. My man. My man. My man. Shame. That might actually be better because I take bad notes. Shame. My man.
The tavern down here, the tap room rather, have either gone home for the night or gone up to their rooms for the night. There are still a few people hanging around, including Durnan and Bonnie, who's serving drinks and doing what she does. The tavern down here, Katerina the tap room rather gone over. I'm actually going to switch you to on the map here. There we go. Weird that way.
No,
So,
this is because this is how. I mean, did you show a picture or something? Because this is how it was. Or was that just in my mind too?
About to.
Because that's really cool. Because this is how I pictured it as well. The way you switched it. I'm in sync with you.
Oh God.
So this is the gentleman that Katerina has sat down with alongside Yagra.
Oh, that's a man.
Yes, he is a tall, very good-looking elf man. As you can see, he's something of a minstrel himself.
He's awesome.
And he looks to Katerina and he says, "Welcome. I've heard you've been very busy tonight."
Thank you. And I suppose little adventure.
He kind of leans back from his chair, look around the post towards Volo and the rest of the group. He says, "Was that Renair Neverember I saw?"
Yes, I believe it was.
I didn't know he frequented the Yawning Portal.
I really don't know. It's the first time I've met him.
I can't say that I've met him either. So, Yagra here tells me that you're looking for work.
Always, if the money's right.
Well, you and your friends look exhausted right now, so this can probably wait at least one more night, but I do have something you might be interested in.
Oh?
There's a killer, actually, in the dock wards.
Well, probably more than one, actually, but go on.
That's true. But this one's been targeting elves. Serial killer. And City Watch obviously has their hands full down there, but thought that for this Zentarum, you might be interested in going after this guy for us.
Indeed.
Now, I don't have much information on him other than the fact that he is, or she, is targeting elves, sailors specifically.
No other information.
Well, there are a couple of taverns down there that you might check around. As soon as I can find what I'm looking for, that's not him speaking.
He's searching through his pockets. I have the names right. No, not that pocket. Maybe over here.
Okay. Yes. So, there's 3 dead so far, and each one has been decapitated by a blade in the dead of night.
Does he or she keep their heads?
It's a very good question. I can't say that I know. All I know is that they've been decapitated.
Do you know if the City Watch has investigated any of the deaths?
Oh, I'm sure they have. It's just that they seem to be having trouble with other things. I'm not sure if this is really top priority right now.
And how did this information come to you?
All sorts of information comes to me. I just need it handled.
Well, you don't have very much information to give me for one who boasts about the information he receives.
That's fair. He's grinning now. He kind of looks you up and down and again over at your friends, and he says, I'll tell you what. There's a tavern. You may be familiar with it. It's the Mule Skull Tavern on Ship Street down in the Dock Ward. It's doubles as the guild hall for one of the guilds in town.
Which guild?
The Dung Sweepers Guild, actually.
Dung Sweepers Guild?
Indeed.
Sounds definitely like a job for Lord Darkwater.
I belong with my people.
Could you repeat the name of that tavern? You said it was something Skull Tavern.
The Mule Skull
Mule.
Tavern.
Thanks so much.
Mule Skull Tavern.
I don't think that the individual is after specifically the Dung Sweepers. I do think that, however, he is after elven sailors, and half-elven for that matter. One of the dead was half-elven. So whatever this racist has against the elves, obviously he points to his ears. I'd prefer them to not be killing elves.
And this is in the dock ward, you said?
Yes. And I can
Yes,
actually.
it becomes a question of whether he has good taste or bad taste. It's really hard to know.
I'm gonna
You
bring up
mentioned
the
a
map for you
second
guys.
tavern.
This
What
map
street
is
was it on?
awesome.
Yeah,
There
it
you go.
is.
I just
Ship Street.
highlighted it. It is should be that one
Ship
right
Street.
there, right where the curve is. You see the Mule Skull Tavern?
Indeed. Thank you, Kason.
He says, the Blue Mermaid's just across the street from it. You might try there also. Now, I would imagine trying to chase down a serial killer is not going to be something you can do in a single night, so it might be a good idea to stake the area out for, call it a week.
And what are you willing to put toward this endeavor?
Well, I can certainly pay you.
That would be the idea. Did you have a particular sum in mind?
kind of leans forward and he says, "Do you?"
Always. But it is not just me. I would have to consult my party as well.
Indeed. I'll tell you what. And he looks over at your three friends at the other table and says, "If you can find out who it is, or at the very least stop them, 50 gold pieces for each of you."
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Oh, hell yeah. I
I
mean,
think she's not gonna let us.
What makes you think that this is only one person?
I'm not a psychological expert, but
You said he's offering 50 dragons?
50 dragons apiece to each of you. I'm sorry, what was the question? I lost my track.
What makes you think this is one person?
I'm not an expert on the matter, but from what I've been told, there is only one attacker. Hiding in the shadows, drew a blade. Poor elf happens to stumble by, half drunk, and he kills them.
Very well. I will talk to my party. Where can you be reached, or who can you be reached through?
Oh, at the moment, the yawning portal is my office, so
Very good.
feel
I know
free
where to
drop
find
in.
you.
And he turns to Yagra and he says, if you would like, I can send Yagra with you.
Is she on your payroll?
She is.
One more question. Why did you
course.
ask for me?
You and your friends seem interesting, busy. I'd like to keep you that way.
I see. Very good. I will give you my answer as soon as I have one.
Certainly. I look forward to it. He gives you just this really almost flirtatious wink as you step away from the table.
And I just stare at him blankly, turn to Yagra and nod to her, and turn and go back to my table. And I ask Yagra if she'll be joining us. Sounds something like this. Yagra, will you be joining us?
She kind of looks back to Dabble and then back to you, and she says, "Will he be going?" She's looking over at Todrin.
oh god.
I can't speak for him, but I would imagine so.
"Hi, man."
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
You made a friend, Todrin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he did.
A furry friend.
Rather
Good
toothy.
times will be had. I'm sure she knows how to use them and when to not.
Oh god.
So I'm going to set up a scene as Katarina's coming back to the table. So meanwhile, while she's talking to Dabble, Renair tells you guys that he's going to take Floon home. Going to be more careful this time. He actually gets some of the city watch to escort them home. And Volo is sitting there, and he's got the deed out sitting on the table for Troll Skull Manor. He says, "Now, there are some things that you probably need to know about this and how I came into possession of it."
All right.
May I just
and what
clarify?
would that
I'm
be?
not listening to this, or I am.
You can come in anytime.
Okay, because I'm going to come on back over.
All right.
I can imagine from the name it needs a bit of work.
You could say that the former owner had it was being used as a tavern. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us.
He being
I-
the
And
owner.
how did that come to be?
I don't rightly know. I'm sure we can find out, but
My eyebrow is raised.
But I came into possession of this deed through an auction, and it was well worth the price. I mean, the place is admittedly somewhat run down. It's not in its
My
prime,
eyebrow just keeps raising as he keeps talking.
but it is a beautiful historic building. It is wonderful. It is 3 stories plus an attic and a cellar, multiple bedrooms, private baths, balconies, many windows. The place it even has its own library. It is beautiful. Just
At that, my eyebrow goes down, and I'm interested. A library?
yes, as a matter of fact.
Are there lots of books in this library?
Honestly, the place is pretty much empty at this point. There's a few. I'm sorry. There's a few.
Fuck up, Bert. We'll make a
tables.
place out of it.
I'm
There's a
not
few-
even listening anymore. I'm reading.
He'll be
There
alright.
are-
Continue.
Well, I don't seem to be. I don't seem to be listening.
There are a few tables and chairs, but other than that, it's mostly empty. I didn't take a look in the cellar. There might be things down there, but so far as I know, it's mostly empty.
Forgive me if I missed this, but how did you come to acquire it?
Through an auction.
And who was the previous owner?
I believe his name was Leaf? I don't know. I can find out for you, though.
Would be
Would
good to
we
know
know
who was there
anything about
before.
I'm sorry, Drax? Or Todd? Bart. Sorry.
It's all good. Would we know anything about that?
About Troll Skull Manor?
Yeah. I guess it's in the dock ward. We probably
No,
wouldn't.
actually, it is not in the Dock Ward. It's in the North Ward. And considering
Oh.
both of you live in the North Ward, I'll let you and Tondrin, if you want, both roll a history check.
I'm proficient, so hell yeah. Fuck yeah! I know all about this
Okay.
place.
His best friend used to own the manor.
I've had my eye on the place for a while.
His name's Leaf Erickson.
The previous owner's name was Liff. He was an elf man. He did die under mysterious circumstances. And you know that the place has been rumored for years to be haunted.
Oh, so it's a murder house.
I don't think it was a murder. I mean, well,
Well, it might have been, let's be honest.
Usually places don't become haunted because everybody died peacefully somewhere else.
and that is fair, and that is honestly the reason that I bought the place. I may have told you earlier, I'm working on a new book, Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters.
Oh,
Ah.
another book, huh?
I was hoping to buy this place and spend a few nights in it, and who knows, but I spent a few nights in it and nothing happened, and well, I just don't have the resources, the time, or the desire to put the place back together.
Quick
My
question.
lord, did you
we
say that this
still...
person was an elf? Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I
My
believe
question
so.
was, my lords, did you say that this person was an elf? Because they're the ones that had the information, right? Not Volo.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, he was an elf.
Do you know about how long ago he died under these mysterious circumstances?
I do. How long was that?
It's been a few years.
It's been a few years.
I see.
Why?
Oh, just curious.
Well, real quick, Kazan, we still haven't had a long rest at all in this campaign. So
Not yet. It's really late at night, and he's not going to take you there till the morning.
okay, good.
Trust me.
I was gonna
this
say.
this is just him telling you guys what's going to happen, and he's going to have you. I'll explain it in character for him just in a minute.
I was meaning to point that out to the party that we are all exhausted as fuck and beat to
Right.
shit, and yeah,
Right.
we're like, this is all great, but bed sounds better.
And what's this place called? Troll Skull Manor?
Troll Skull Manor. And Volo recognizes the fact that you're all exhausted and it's late at night now. He says, so where are all of you staying tonight? And he's actually looking more at Oscar and Katerina rather than Todrin and Bart when he asks, because he's pretty sure you guys aren't staying here.
Oh, we still have a walk back to the dock ward.
Oh, I see.
Well, I mean,
If you wanted to spend the night here, I'm sure Darnan has some rooms available.
I might ask him about his price. I was thinking of it already. The thought of walking back is a daunting one.
Todd turns and looks for Bonnie.
She's actually over here, serving drinks to this table just closer to the room than you guys are.
I'm going to try to catch her eye.
Yeah, as soon as you catch her eye, she turns and nods to you and just holds up a finger like she'll be right with you.
Yeah, well, when she's looking at me, I'll say a little too loud for the group so she can hear. I think I'll stay the night here tonight.
What? I look at you.
And Bonnie goes
Really?
sploosh.
And I'm grinning huge at her, and that stone on my forehead is flashing, the red color.
As soon as she finishes serving the other table their drinks, she comes over and she says, so you want to spend the night?
I was thinking I might, yeah.
All right, just a moment. Now, we have multiple rooms available, for each individually or as a group?
Absolutely.
So it'll be 8 silver apiece. We do have nicer rooms available, my lord. They run 2 gold apiece for the night.
2 gold, no problem. I'll take one of them.
All right.
As will I, good sir.
I'll be perfectly comfortable in your standard room.
All right. So that's 2 of our nicer rooms, and I think, is Kai still away?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know which he'll prefer, so I couldn't say.
That's okay. We'll get him when he comes back. Okay. Your rooms are up on the top floor. They're actually right next to each other, and I'll get you the keys. She steps away. And as she walks by you, Todrin, she's blushing, just bright red.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out for him.
What was my elf contact's name? Davil?
Davil Starsong.
Thank you.
Davil Starsong.
I turned grinning to Bart.
Did no one choose that guy as one of the people that they knew?
Nope.
Davil?
Yeah, I think was he on our list?
He was not.
So he was just on the list of people, but not one of our list of people that we would necessarily know.
Right.
Because his name is one of the names that we had on our thingawhopper.
No, the familiar faces thing. He's not on it.
Okay.
Yagra is though. She was.
Yes, I knew. Yeah, she's my girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna slap my hands on the table and I'm just gonna follow Bonnie. Say, you all have a good night now. I'm just gonna walk off after her.
Okay, she's gone into the back now.
Yeah, I know.
To get the keys. Okay.
Yep.
Are we not still sitting with Volo?
The rest of you are.
Okay.
Volo's still sitting there. He's. I already have a room, thank you. But I will set up a meeting with the magistrate first thing in the morning. We can go to Trollskull Manor. We can take a look and go from there and handle it. And I hope you all love it. It really is a wonderful place. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay. You catch Todrin, you catch Bonnie as she's turned around and coming back. She's got the keys in her hands. She says, "Oh, my lord, I sorry."
Yeah, I just couldn't help but notice how much your smile is lighting up the room back here, and I was hoping you would accompany me for the night.
But my lord,
It's all right. It's all right.
I really, I am flattered. I am, but I couldn't. No,
Why
I'm
not, sweetheart?
I I'm sorry, my lord. I hear it. And she gives you the keys. She's blushing for her. Her head is down. I really I couldn't.
Can I roll a charisma check here?
You can. Yes.
Oh, the things I want to say right now, but I am not.
She is still just smiling and blushing but she's just shaking her head. I'm sorry, my lord. I can't.
All right. All right. That's fine. Just thought I'd ask. Keep me in mind.
Thank you. Um, have a pleasant evening. And she darts back off into the kitchen.
Keep me in mind?
Really?
Dude's got no game. I don't know what to tell you.
Man, that's rough. I'm doing my best here. Don't shoot me down.
It's not your fault. I don't think she feels comfortable being with the noble.
Well, I'll just
All right.
waddle off
So-
to my room alone then.
Okay. Is everyone headed off to the rooms then, and everybody marked off either the 2 gold or silver pieces?
I will stay here and wait for Oscar to return from
All
wherever
right.
he has gone.
Well, I never
While
got a key, so unless Bonnie ever came back with my key, then
she practically threw the keys into Todrin's hands.
Oh, I have all the
Fuck,
keys?
so-
Fuck, so I
Yeah,
have
you
to go back to the
and
table.
I'm sitting at my table just like, this is taking a while.
No. I didn't realize I had all the keys, so I have to go back after being rejected with all the keys
Oh,
for
no.
everybody.
It doesn't mean we would know you were rejected. We didn't hear the conversation. Maybe she's meeting up with you after.
True. Yep. So
you
I
don't
walk
gotta
up
tell.
to the table, big old grin on my face. All right, folks, here's your keys. Enjoy your night stay. And kind of do this spin move with my hand and fling a key at each of you and turn around and walk away.
As you walk away, I'm just smiling at you.
I don't make eye contact.
And I know something is wrong.
So, what direction did you walk?
I think I walk this way towards the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's
Alright.
where the rooms are, right? It's upstairs.
Yes, they are upstairs. Let's see. So these guys at this other table are still drinking their ale, but Todrin, roll me a perception check. This is more for when you were back at the table taking the keys back, but
Oh, okay.
3 Strings was kind of looking over his shoulder at you.
3 strings?
Matrim, the guy at the
Oh,
other table.
Matrim, crazy, awesome. Okay, so this is before I start walking away from the table with my
Yeah.
friends. I notice him looking at me.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will walk that direction just to see what
Okay.
happens. Since my
As
night's
soon as-
free.
as soon as you start to walk to him, the other 2 guys look up and they go, "Good evening, my lord.
Evening, gents. How's it going?
We're doing just fine, thank you, my lord."
Well, that's good.
And Matrim kind of gives them both a look, and excuse me, my lord. They both, Gillester and Maloon, grab their drinks and kind of scoot over a couple of tables.
Oh,
And Matrim says, I know this is incredibly awkward, but would you join me, please, sir, my lord?
Well, it seems I have the time. Yeah, I could do that. I'll sit down across from him.
I couldn't help but notice earlier today and now you were flirting with Bonnie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah. Okay.
Look, I just want to tell you, with all due respect, my lord.
Oh, say no more. I apologize.
Oh, no. No. We're not. No. But she's new in town, and she's been through a lot.
Oh.
Have Darren in here got her a job here, and just I have no problem with you pursuing her. It's just be careful, please. She's a great woman. She really is. Just
Are you telling me to be gentle?
I wouldn't presume to tell you anything, my lord. It's just a personal request.
Right. I understand. Well, it's good of you to be concerned, my friend. We at Sune's following, we're not threatening. We're just interested in sharing the love. It's yeah, it's nothing to worry about.
Certainly.
Well, I appreciate your you looking out for your fellow human beings there, my friend.
And I heard you did some good work today with Renair.
Well, I mean, it wasn't all me.
Well,
Dot.
I'm sure you all did a wonderful job. But it's kind of late. I'm gonna head up to my room for the night.
All right. Well, thank you, and you have a good night.
Thank you.
What was your name again?
Matron Mireg. Everybody here just calls me Three Strings. He shows you his loot's only got 3 strings on it.
Ha! I see what you did there. All right. Well.
Yeah, I play here every day. So.
Well, I look forward to hearing you.
All right. See you around.
Indeed. And I'll head off my way to the rooms upstairs.
All right. And Matron goes up to his room. He's not too far behind. He's not trying to get close or anything, but he's
we say goodbye and then walk in the same direction.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Now everybody knows the truth.
It's not what it looks like.
Don't worry, if one says no, there'll be a yes from another. Well, heck, I think we lost Kai. We didn't really, but if he went upstairs, I'm sure it probably just making sure his mom was good and whatnot, so
Right.
He won't be long.
Well, I hate to go too terribly much further without him.
Well, we can't really because we're kind of at a crossroads here.
Yeah.
Right, we're just sitting here at the table talking to Volo.
Yeah.
I will take this moment to refresh my drink. I'll be right back.
That sounds good. Let's take a 5-minute break or so. And
That's good. I'll eat some crackers.
All right.
I realized I hadn't picked my spells yet, so I did that while Saf was getting the briefing about the killer, so it's a good thing that I didn't hear that conversation because I wasn't actually listening. I had to read all these spells.
That reminds me, when we get back, I gotta remind Saf, level up.
Ah, yes.
Did you pick some good spells?
I did.
What'd you get? What you got?
I got me some Bless, some Cure Wounds, a little bit of Command, Shield of Faith, and Thunderous Smite.
I don't know that last one.
Thunderous Smite.
I've returned.
Concentration, up to a minute. The next time I hit with a melee weapon attack, my weapon rings with thunder that's audible within 300 feet. The attack deals 2d6 extra to thunder damage, and additionally, if it's a creature, They do a strength saving throw to be pushed 10 feet away and knocked prone.
Saf, while I'm thinking about it, you can level up to level 2 if you want to.
I tried not to go all damage spells because I don't want a repeat of Hind.
You want to be a little bit more utility instead of
Yeah, just not
giant hammer?
all kill, but that will probably still happen, knowing me.
Hind, does a paladin learn spells or prepare from a
I
larger
was
list?
reading that. My understanding is that I prepare them from a list, and
Right.
in order to change them, I have to spend 1 minute per level of the total number of spells on my list in meditation or prayer to
Right.
change the thing.
Okay.
Can that kind of thing be done during rests? I'm assuming not. I'd have to make.
I'm not sure. I think maybe during a long rest.
During long rest? Okay.
Maybe, don't quote me. I'm not seeing the part about how long it takes.
It said, let me pull it back up here. You can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Oh.
There you go.
Preparing
I
a new
see,
list of
yeah.
paladin spells requires time spent in prayer and meditation, at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list.
Yeah.
So I could either do it at the end of a long rest or after doing prayer and meditation for that long.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, both.
Right, but it's implied in the long rest if I want to do it outside a long rest.
Well, a long rest
No.
isn't necessarily just sleeping. It's
Right,
you
that's
can do
what I
other
mean.
things.
So it's
Yeah.
implying that during that long
Right.
rest, I'm doing that meditation and prayer.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it says you do it after the long rest.
Well, when it's complete.
Yeah, when I complete a long rest, I can change my list. So it's
I
like
don't know.
it's like saying that during that long rest, I did the meditation and prayer.
Ah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Which is interesting. I was under the impression I couldn't change them that often, so it's good to know.
No, that doesn't make sense. Then why would they include a time?
Because if I do it without taking a long rest, that's what it takes.
You can't do it without taking a long rest. It says you have to do it at the end of a long rest.
Okay, so
It's the same thing with Kemmler.
Yeah,
okay,
he's right.
so in that case, then it's just saying when I change my spell list, it's at the end of a long rest, and that means that I had to have spent
No,
that
you
much of the
then
long
you
rest.
spend extra time. So it's one of those things like at night. If we were in a camp and we woke up in the morning and we were in a rush and we had to leave right away, it would be one of those arguments we would have. Like, I need to spend 5 minutes
No,
to
because it
change
says
some
when I
spells.
finish a long rest, I can change it.
Yes, but then it gives you a timetable for how long it takes.
Then it says preparing a new list. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would defer to Drax on this. He spent over a year playing a cleric that has the same rule.
You're right. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. So after a long rest, I wake up and then spend that much time in prayer and meditation to change my list.
Right, I never brought it up with Kemmler because it's always on the road or when we're in a tavern. Like, it's never been in a point where we have to worry about it. But it's one of those things I've always assumed we understood. It's the same with me as a wizard right now. If I want to change the spells I have prepared for the day, I have to spend extra time that day preparing and memorizing my spells.
I never knew that was a thing. I've never seen anybody do that in a D&D game. Actively
Yeah, it's really
say, I
odd.
need time to do it.
Well, it's only relevant in, like I said, those moments like we're breaking camp and you're like, give me 5 minutes, I need to do some prayer. And
Yeah.
it's like, right now we're running from some fucking trolls and you want to pray?
I've seen that
Like-
situation all the fucking time, and it's never happened.
I think the time on it is really short enough that it's not a huge problem unless there's an imminent threat.
Right, generally we're not going to worry about it. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
Sorry to make a big deal
Saf.
out of it.
Saf. I think she's away. Okay.
Hey, so sorry guys.
Oh, no, you're good.
Hey, Kai.
Oh,
He's
I'm
getting
not.
me hooked up.
Oh.
You alright, Kai?
No, it's Hind has rubbed off on me.
Oh, the Dark Water Lords.
Lord of the Dark Waters.
Fucking catching.
I see.
I'm so sorry. I'm walking her through getting to level 2 real quick.
Okay.
I was like, rubbed off on you. What?
I didn't catch it
I was
the
like,
first time
wow,
through either.
how naughty of you, Hind.
I get around. What can I say? I get around.
Okay, so as everyone's sent into their leveling up and all, any questions or anything before we move on?
Not yet.
Okay.
Where are we heading now?
Bed.
For right now, just dead.
Yeah, like,
But
but we're going to be heading
I'll get back to you in just a minute.
Troll Skull Manor here in a minute. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, I know what it was I wanted to everybody covered on. Treasure from the sewer hideout.
Ooh, yes.
I'm gonna wait for Kai and Saf before I hand that out.
Did you see that video I put up about 10 tricks you didn't know you could do with food, Drex?
No.
The first one's crazy. You take a hot coal, shove it in a can of peanut butter, swirl it around so it's coated, and then leave it in a bucket of ice overnight. And the carbon in the, I think that's what it said, in the peanut butter turns the coal into crystal. You can scrape it off and it's all clear and pretty. There's
No
a
way.
whole bunch of other random stuff. But
That's
that was the
bizarre.
most interesting one. in my opinion.
Huh.
The other one was apparently you can take china that's broken, tape it together, drop it in a tub of warm milk for 2 days, and it seals itself. You don't even use glue or
Really?
anything. The milk just somehow seals it seamlessly. I don't know. I don't understand
It
it.
makes sense. Milk has a bunch of enzymes in it, and enzymes break stuff down.
Oh,
So if you have it taped together and you have it in there for a couple of days, those edges, because it's china, it's super fine,
it
it
kind of
kind of
melts
breaks
it.
down and melds back together.
Gotcha. So if you left it in there for too long, it would start to get damaged, but just long enough and it kind of melts it together.
Maybe. I could be wrong, but that makes sense to me,
Huh.
because I know that's how human saliva works. It has a bunch of enzymes in it and it breaks food down.
1 second.
Sure.
Groundwater attack.
Boy, I hope that's not contagious.
Meh. If I was gonna get sick, I would have got sick already.
Yeah.
Or Hind.
So I apologize. I have got a couple of things I've done out of order, so I'm going to handle it now. This treasure thing being one of them that I meant to do very first thing and I forgot about it. I really need a second screen.
There was something I could do to aid you.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Feel better?
Yep.
Good.
I was talking to Cody.
Does he feel better?
After what?
After what I did to him?
Oh. Oh. Oh! Oh, misunderstandings abound.
Yeah, that was funny. Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, why I'm thinking about it.
hmm
I think you changed your stuff for Audible, so if you could
Not to my
give me a
knowledge, but
refresh.
I'll send you the current information.
Cool.
It can be weird when you change it, it won't force people to log out, so maybe I changed it a while ago and it's just now making you change it.
Yeah. Well, it's not making me change it. I got a new phone.
Oh! Oh. Did ya? What'd you get?
Right. An S9?
Samsung?
Yeah.
Nice.
Galaxy. It is nice. It's a lot different.
I was gonna say, aren't you usually droid?
No, I had an S7.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
This has face recognition, dude. I look at my phone and it turns on.
Whoa. Is it that what's the word? Quick, responsive?
Yeah, dude. Like if I have my phone, I pick it up, and I can do a couple things. There's a sensor, you know, where the camera phone or the camera lens is.
Mm-hmm.
Right under that, there's a sensor. So if it's face down on something, I can pick it up and swipe my finger over the back, and it's already on when I look at it. Unlocked. Just ready to go.
Cool.
Or I can pick it up and push the button on the side, and as I look at it, it just unlocks. Just like that.
That's
Not even a
badass.
second. It is freaking awesome.
And the face recognition is accurate?
Oh yeah.
That's badass.
It's face and iris recognition.
What?
Yes.
Iris. So you could put it right up to your eye?
No, you hold it away from your face and it scans your iris in your face.
Damn, that is accurate.
So sorry.
No worries.
I'm sorry too because I didn't do that before and I was supposed to.
It's
Don't
okay.
apologize.
Took the moment to
Um,
stuff my face.
But it's the Canadian. I have to.
A.
Sorry.
Go get that donut, A.
Oscar, real quick, are you spending the night at the yawning portal with everybody else, or are you gonna head back to the
First of
place?
all, when she came back from talking, I asked her who the emaciated short woman she was talking to was. And yes,
Wait,
I
what?
will stay.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, but wait.
Took me a minute.
Oh shit, I forgot to write that down.
I need either 8 copper from you for a regular room, or excuse me, 8 silver for a
Is
regular
that
room.
shards? 8 shards?
Yes, 8 shards.
8 shards it is.
Or 2 dragons for a nicer room.
The shard is fine.
Sure. All right. Before we move on, I'm gonna do some house cleaning that I should have done at the very beginning, and I forgot. I have got treasure from the hideout that you guys, the sewer hideout. You guys found 18 dragons, 82 shards,
Each?
200. No, this is total,
Oh.
and 252 nibs. In addition to
Yeah.
2 healing potions, and a spell book that was in the hands of the half-orc
Orcs.
that you guys killed. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
That's mine.
Like he's just
Okay.
reading and just gasps because he knows someone said something.
Spell books. Just like, yes. Ugh.
All right. Who wants the healing potions?
I'll take one.
I
So
will take one.
while we're sitting there at the table with Volo, I'm reading this spell book. Are there any spells in it that I don't have?
How many
this-
shards were there?
Oh, well, hang on. I'm about to distribute all that. So
Oh, okay,
just a minute.
sorry.
Who wants the deed to Troll Skull Manor?
Sounds like
I
a noble thing.
specifically don't want it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, you can take it.
Do you want to take the one of the other healing potion then, and I'll take the
I don't
deed?
want a potion.
No, I
got the
mean
spell book.
Saf.
Oh.
Because that's a good exchange.
Yeah, so that you get
Good
something, I
trade.
get something. I don't want to take everything here, so yeah, I'll take the deed. She gets the healing potion.
To the noble, he touched it, so therefore you should value it.
It is greater healing now.
It's greater than it was.
Paladin Noble touched this healing potion. I want a greater potion of
It's
healing.
the greatest potion of healing.
Okay, there we go. You can take a look at that spell book, and yes, it does have a few spells in it that you do not know.
Excuse
I
me,
don't
that was
think you do.
18. That was 18 dragons, not 16.
I know, for some reason, when it doesn't have enough to give everybody
I'll
all the
take
way
the
through.
extra. It's okay.
Okay, sure.
How noble.
Way to take one for the team. Or two.
Don't worry, the nibs they come out even at 63 each.
Thank God
This
for
is
that.
this is the
I don't know about the. I don't remember what the number of silver there was.
this is the money worm from Office Space. Every time we get treasure, she gets a little bit off the top.
I need to watch that.
It's like one of those credit cards that you just it always rounds it up and takes the other bit and puts it into your account,
All right.
into your savings. It's like that.
Okay, well, add the 2 gold pieces and the 2 silver pieces into your inventory. So you're good to go. Everybody's all sorted out now?
I believe so.
We're rich.
Everyone, is there anything anyone wants to ask Bolo? He's about to head up to his room.
Now, when he goes to his room, I'm gonna go to mine.
Which
We
side
talk
of the
about
bed do you
nothing.
sleep on, Volo?
I beg your pardon?
Which side of the bed do you sleep on? The left or the right?
Usually the right side.
Tells a lot about a person, doesn't it?
I suppose it does. He kind of looks at you funny.
It's the only question I could think of.
Okay, so everyone...
Okay.
You're gonna make me start laughing.
Now that that's over.
Yeah, everyone heads up to their rooms. Todrin and Bartholomew, you both have really nice rooms. Yawning Portal has some really nice rooms. Even the regular rooms are pretty nice, but you guys, there's fancy sheets and fancy artwork all over the place.
I'd spend a good portion of the time looking into a bowl of water, doing my prayer and meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I count the slats on the roof from left to right and right to left to see if the number is different.
I practice with my spike ching for about half the night, and then I spend the other half of the night in a trance.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
Me?
Yes.
No problem.
Who, me? What's a tube?
Bring it on.
Oh,
That's what has the bead.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, 1 second.
It's like a cylinder, but it's hollow. Kind of tubular. Tubescent.
Okay.
Tubicular.
Oh,
Oh,
she
nobody
disappears from
Didn't
this
make
plane.
a
Yep.
sound.
Nobody heard a thing. All right.
crit
Knew that
20.
was coming. I am stealthy as fuck.
All right. So everybody
Except for that one time.
finishes a night's sleep, and the next morning, everybody comes down one at a time, I guess, or all at once. You to the tap room, and it's really early in the morning. Pretty much everyone, there's a couple of guys that are still passed out at tables, but let me see here. You see, there's a wizard's apprentice that looks like she's fresh out of Blackstaff Academy that is going around and taking sketches of all the various curios that are on the walls of the Yawning Portal. And leaning up against the bar, there is a magically preserved corpse in a coffin.
Oh.
Bolo is nowhere to be seen.
I still have.
We're all downstairs now?
No, I'm
Yes.
still in my room.
Is the
Okay.
oh,
Well, he's up in his room. So there you go.
is the bar open? Like, can we order food and whatnot?
Yeah, Dernan's here, and you see Bonnie going through.
Bonnie doing what?
She's going through, serving drinks, pulling up breakfast.
All right.
Uh,
I'll flash her a smile and ask for some eggs.
Flash her a forehead.
Flash her
Not-
both.
She nods. And, anything else, my lord?
No, we're good. Thanks, darling.
All right.
How was your night?
She goes back to the kitchen. Just fine, thank you, my lord.
All right.
Anything
So-
anybody?
Well, I mean, I don't know where we are. Are we sitting at a table?
Yeah.
What are we
Down
doing?
in-
And one of us is not here yet, so I've got nothing. So I guess I'll just sit down and order a big plate of meat
All right.
with maybe an ale.
Okay. Bonnie will take everybody's
Couple
orders
of
that way,
eggs.
and she comes back through
How
pretty
what
soon.
she's having.
Sure. She comes back through and sets the plates down and the drinks, and she says, your friend Volo said that he would be back. He went out first thing this morning. Said he wanted to speak with the magistrate to set up a meeting.
Oh, dang it. Well, never mind. I was trying to be stealthy.
What?
Wiggum! Wiggum, Kaysen, Wiggum! Can't read that right. Maybe that's not.
What's up, Bart?
It's on
I don't know
I.
the whisper command for the game, so don't worry about it.
It should be just WGM.
Wickham.
Slash W.
Oh, the slash goes before the W. I don't remember. It's been a while.
I think that's it.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Right on. Keep going.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Who?
No.
Oh, him.
Okay.
Obviously, yes.
No.
No, there was not. I wanted to know the secret password for no reason at all.
Whatever.
So when Bonnie comes back, I'm going to order every type of meat on the menu and 2 boiled eggs.
Holy shit.
Not too hard, not too soft.
That's one hell of a way to start the morning. We had a long
say
day
I'll have what
yesterday,
she's
did we
having.
not?
You can't have mine. You'll have to order your own.
Certainly.
But I just did.
Sorry, what's that, Kaysen?
I'm trying to figure out what this is going to cost you guys for breakfast.
Lavish, clearly.
I'm beginning to wonder. Yeah.
Oh, there's the thing in the enchilada, isn't there?
I'm actually looking at it right here.
Well, you can just bring me as much meat as will fit on a plate. That'll be good.
Dude, it just popped up magically.
There's gonna be a
Whoa.
food list
I'm gonna
in the
call it-
enchilada.
I'm going to call it 5 silver pieces apiece for breakfast since everybody's ordering so much. Unless
Bring
I
it
know
on.
Todrin, you didn't order much. Do you want just the?
Yeah, I
3
just
silver
want
pieces.
simple breakfast.
All right. You can take that out of your inventory, and Volo's going to come in pretty soon. And when he does, he's friends. He hurries over to the table to join you. I've already set up a meeting with the magistrate. Later this afternoon, we can head over to Trollskull Manor as soon as you're ready.
Right. Just 1 second. We're missing a man here.
And I come down the stairs as you say that.
There he is.
Here he is. Over here,
What?
Bert.
Oh. Todd.
It's good you spent the extra time
Anyway.
on your hair. It looks much better.
Does it?
He's
It really
quite
does.
insecure about that, so that's nice of you to say.
Well.
And
Thank
she
you.
stares at him blankly and then goes back to Drax.
Drax, did you want anything for breakfast?
Meat.
No. Nope.
All right.
I would have some water and then I'm good.
What the
All
fuck?
right. So
A lot of reading.
everyone sits and enjoys their meal.
Oh, everybody's
After a
eating?
little while, you-
Well, if everybody's eating, then...
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
a big plate of
Yeah.
meat, as does Oscar. I don't know what you ordered.
I'll have something light.
Okay.
Some bacon.
Just an English muffin with a little spread of butter, please.
5 silver
And,
seems
and,
expensive
and
for
maybe
that.
some hash browns and a side of bacon.
Okay, that's
and a
more
small
like
slab of ham.
Okay, we're
Side
up
of
to.
beef.
I think we're up to 8 silver pieces now.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just mark 5 silver pieces off your inventory for a modest
I'll do
meal.
that. A modest meal.
And as everyone's finishing their meals, and Volo looks back to the preserved corpse sitting in a coffin at the bar. He's that's kind of ghastly, don't you think?
Yeah, what the hell?
I suppose it depends on who he is and why he's there.
I can't say I know. You could ask Dernan. But anyway, since we're off, we can head up to.
Wait, we're just gonna disregard the dead guy on the bar? I think I want to find out what that's about before we leave.
Okay.
That'll give me time to finish my meat.
Yeah,
Bolo
I mean,
kinda-
you got
Bolo
your work
kinda
cut out for you
shrugs.
there, little lady. I'll be right back.
You see Dernan there. He's got a cloth and he's polishing out a glass as you approach, and he says, "My lord."
Yeah, what you got going on here? And I just nod at the body.
He just kind of glances over and he just looks right back to you, and he says, "He's waiting on somebody." He goes back to polishing the glass.
Well, that's a good one. I like that one. That's funny. What's his name?
He just shrugs. Don't know.
Who would? Somebody bring him here?
He just
Is it?
he puts the glass down on the bar and he kind of leans in. He says, "He's not waiting for you."
Well, I would sure hope not.
What made you think I was joking?
About which part are we talking here?
Ugh.
He just shakes his head and goes about his business.
Obviously, I know this is something undead. How do we know how much Todd knows?
It's not undead. It's just a preserved corpse somehow.
Is it behind
There's
glass or is it just there?
It's just there,
Okay,
sitting
I'm
in a
gonna poke
coffin,
it.
leaned up against the. Nothing happens.
Oh, okay, so then Todd is curious. He takes a closer look, wants to tell if it's like undead or. So I guess I do divine sense.
Sure.
I'm kind of made for
Can you
that.
sense the weather with that?
What?
Can you sense the weather with your divine sense?
I don't think so. Celestial fiend or
Karen,
undead within
Do you know
60
anything
feet.
about the weather?
What?
No.
Tell me.
He was asking Duran.
Is
Oh.
okay. Oscar came with me. I see. Okay, my bad.
Sorry, what was the question, Oscar?
Does Duran know anything about the weather?
He just looks out the window and he says, "Looks clear."
But yeah, so I'll just take a whiff with my nose. What else would I
Okay,
take
and
a whiff with?
does that detect only one of those or all three?
Jeez.
I think you
Now
have
I'm
to
nervous. As an action, I can open my awareness to detect such forces. I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you.
pick.
You know the type, celestial fiend or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity, such as the name of some vampire.
So you don't pick.
Within the same... No, I just get... You tell me. And then within the same radius, I also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
So watching this from afar,
Spot on my
Katarina
pants.
just turns to Drax and says, "So, they don't have to be alive for him to be interested in them. Good to know."
It is kind of weird because
So-
I look at the corpse and my nostrils flare all big and wide. And...
Yeah. So you don't sense. You do not
Well,
sense
This is new behavior for me too. I mean, that's a little weird.
A little indeed.
You do not sense an undead presence anywhere nearby, nor a celestial. You do sense a fiendish presence, but it's not coming from the corpse.
Oh God, who's it coming from?
You don't get the specific, do you? Just
Yeah,
within
I
60
get to know
feet.
where it's coming from. The only thing I don't get to know is like their name or their history or anything. I just know the source, as long as it's not behind total cover.
Do.
Let me look at this. I want to be sure.
I know the type.
You know the location. Okay.
Yep.
It's coming from the apprentice that's walking around the room.
The who?
She's taking apprentice.
The apprentice.
She's
Oh.
just a wizard's apprentice that's walking around the room.
Oh fuck.
She's taking notes from a little. She's got like a sketchbook that she's drawing images of all these little curios that are on the walls. Right now, she's taking a sketch of a let's see, a little clockwork owl that's sitting on a shelf, and she's taking sketches of a troll finger that was sitting on in a little box, still moving. She took a sketch of a couple other things since you've come down.
Okay, so me as a player, I don't know what fiend entails. Is that something that, like,
a fiend,
absolute evil?
A fiend is devils and demons and other creatures of that sort.
Like, would a normal person discovering fiend like this, am I just gonna walk back to the table and calmly tell everybody, or am I gonna?
It's up to you. It's not
That's true.
common.
It's not common. It doesn't necessarily definitely mean evil, but probably.
How many
Yes.
demons and devils do you know that aren't evil?
Yeah, okay, alright. I just don't want to start a murder spree in the middle of this bar because she smelled bad.
You could just walk up to her and
Wow.
you smell evil.
My name
You
is
smell
Lord Darkwater, and I know what I'm talking about when I say you smell quite bad.
So when you focus in on her, how long does this last? Is this like an instantaneous thing, or does it last a while?
As long as he's inhaling.
Until the end of my next turn. So for like
so 6 seconds.
6
So
seconds. Yep.
until he's done inhaling.
Yep.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God.
looking at this corpse and I start to inhale, and as I'm inhaling, my head turns and my eyes just lock on this chick with my nostrils all huge. Finally, stop breathing.
She's about 16 or 17. She's wearing blue robes. She has kind of a short bob haircut. She's appears to be just an apprentice wizard. She's not carrying a staff or anything like that. She may have a wand or something under her robes, but she's not doing anything that seems especially heinous right now. She's just taking sketches.
All right,
An apprentice, you say? I wonder who she's apprenticeship for. Oh, I can't say that because I don't really know what's going on.
I'm just.
That.
I walk back towards the table with never taking my eyes off of her, and I say out of the side of my mouth, Bartholomew.
That's a strange sound. Oh, whoa. Bartholomew.
You just.
We may have a bit of an issue.
My book.
Yeah, exactly. We may have a bit of an issue.
What is it?
I smell some serious evil here. I don't know who she is, and I don't know who the dead guy is, but that woman over there's something not right.
Hey, Casey, can I stealthily cast mage armor?
I don't know. Can you roll me a sleight of hand check?
And are the others of us, are we able to hear what he's saying, or can only Bart hear him?
Oh, that's kind of stealthy.
It's pretty good.
I'll tell you this. Durnan has already noticed something's going on because he rolled a natural 20 on his perception check, and he comes up behind you, Todrin, and says, I don't know what's going on, but let it go.
Who says that? I'm sorry?
Durnan. He's come from around the bar. He's standing right behind you. He says, I don't know what's going on, but let it go.
If you don't know, then why should I let it go? What do you know about that woman?
came in this morning. That's all I know.
Hey, Dernan, does it look like rain outside?
He just looks at you and turns and walks away.
Well, no free ale for me today.
It's okay. He's going to check.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go Volo, I think now is the time.
I'm still looking at you.
I'm gonna sniff
What
Todrin.
what's going on? Todd, what's going on?
I smell fiends.
Beans?
Yeah.
Oh,
Beans.
please don't
I'm
eat beans.
immediately just like shifty eye I'm trying not to move, but I'm bad at
Right.
it, so I'm like
Don't.
fidgety as fuck. Just like, what?
It's all right. It's all right. She doesn't seem to be threatening, but I
What?
just want us to be on our guard.
She who?
Well, I've been staring at her this whole time like a dog on point, so it's pretty clear what I'm.
I just
what
follow
I'm
your
afraid of.
gaze, and so now I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
Forgive me, my lords, but could I just point out that the owner of this establishment has asked us to back off.
Right. Volo.
And I
now's the
do
time.
wish to be welcome here in the
Alright.
future.
Yes. And
Let's
Volo's
go.
obviously concerned. And he says, she seems innocent enough. And he starts walking out the door.
And we follow.
Mm-hmm. I'm all but walking backwards to keep
As
an
we
eye
do,
on this
though,
chick.
I turn to kind of just get an impression of the apprentice. Do I notice anything?
Roll me an insight.
I don't know if I'm overreacting or not. I really don't.
It's hard to say.
I would also like to do one, please.
Go ahead.
I can't say.
I would like to do a history check to see whether or not fiends are normal here.
Go ahead. I'll get to yours in just a second.
Ooh, nice.
You know that with the portal going into Undermountain, that all sorts of things come out of Mountain. There's probably fiends that have come into the yawning portal, sat down, had a drink, and left. It's not unheard of.
There's nothing in the laws about it, right?
Not specific. Todrin, she doesn't seem to be doing anything threatening. She's just going around taking sketches.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll
Alright.
never know until she comes back as the main villain, and we should have killed her now.
I'm gonna put my hand on
So Volo,
Todric's shoulder and turn to him and say, "Hey, maybe it's." And then I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna look down at him and I'm like, "Hey, maybe it's okay. She'll be fine."
Right. I'm more worried about me and my friend. But yeah,
I
let's.
sniffed you. You're good.
Oh. that actually gets me to break eye contact with this, or staring at this woman. Oh well. Thank you. How did I smell?
Perfumed.
Yeah. Good. Which I am actually heavily.
On account I don't like to shower.
Alright. So Volo takes you guys
Wow.
out down Rain Run Street.
I like to shower and to smell good. Extra good.
And from there, he takes you up the Snail Street towards Waterdeep Way, where it meets the high road. He says, I'll tell you what, let's catch one of the drays.
The what?
It's like a coach.
A dray?
I'm surprised a man of your stature hadn't heard of
Hey,
it,
now, I mean me.
my lord.
Of course,
So-
Todd knows.
If you'd read the welcome manual
Oh, the
Damn
to
it.
Waterdeep,
Damn it.
you'd know what one was.
That's why I let you read it, so you could tell me.
Okay, it's sort of
Getting
like
around.
it's the transit system, kind of like a bus, but with horses.
Oh, cool.
So think
It's
of your
a
San
Dray?
Francisco
yay.
streetcar, horse
The
powered.
bus.
Yeah.
Dre,
Dre,
you
right?
said?
As Volo,
Yeah.
DREH, kind of?
as,
Go ahead, Kason.
as Volos leads you guys to where one of these things stops and says, "These towering vehicles, I believe, are unique to Waterdeep. Exile. They were invented by exiles from Lantan in the last century or so." And as he's saying this, this cart being pulled by horses pulls up, and there's several people already in it. It's 2 stories tall, and there's a fare taker at the back holding his hand out. And he says, 2 nibs apiece. 2 nibs. So 2 copper for everybody. Volo takes 2 coppers and puts it into the guy's hand and steps into the dray.
I
I'll
do the
As do
same.
I.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him the 2 nibs, and then walk over to the driver's side, step up on there, and then climb up to the top.
Okay.
Because that ladder is much too small for me.
It does look rather small, doesn't it? He kind of, as you're climbing up, he's like, "Hey, okay," and you climb right past him. He's like, "All right." He looks back at you as you're sitting up in front, right behind him. He says, "You settled in, pal?"
I ain't your pal, guy.
Not your guy, buddy.
Yeah, well, good.
He turns
Right.
into a bot all of a sudden.
All right. He snaps the reins, and the horses start taking off north up the high road. And as you're going, Vola says, so when we get there, again, please don't judge it too harshly at first sight.
Oh, I plan on fixing this place up real nice.
That sounds bad.
What? Where's your
Why
faith?
don't we just see it first?
Nobody ever says, don't judge it on first sight, because it looks good.
Oh, well, right, but
Got a point.
it's
Very
just,
good
it's a
point.
project. It's a fixer-upper, and, like, you can tell Todd's excited.
We'll see.
Okay, I've zoomed the map in, and right as you're getting to Delzorin Street, the dray stops and goes, "All right, this is us," and hops out.
I follow.
All right.
All right, let's
I
do
think
this.
we all follow.
I jump down as well.
Okay. And he leads you down Delzorin Street and eventually to Troll Skull Manor, or excuse me, Troll Skull Alley. And he says, "Well, this is it."
We have our own alley. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Well, I'll admit that is, yeah, it's even worse than the last time I saw it. Which is surprising.
Wow. To be fair, it's exactly what I expected.
This house has good bones, folks. It's got good bones.
Maybe they used to be good, but now they're old and dying.
Katarina just stares at it without emotion, doesn't really comment.
That's why I said bones.
Yes.
So, this is, and I'm going to use one of yours to show the building on the map here. You can probably find it though. Oh shit! There you go. So that's it. There, that whole. Thank you. That is Troll Skull Manor,
Alrighty.
and so is this.
Cool.
So as Volo leads you all in through the front door, and I'm going to bring his token out here, and I'm going to put all yours on the map too, so you can look around. Let me grab his token real quick to find it real quick. Where'd it go? All right. So, as I was telling you last night, the place is 4 stories tall, including the attic. It has a turret, 5 chimneys, one of the grandest buildings in Trollskull Alley. Now, it's yours. You can refurbish it, you can rebuild, you can rename it, anything you want. It's yours to do with as you wish. Now, as far as the ghost, if you see a ghost, I would like to request that you he's looking at Todrin, especially after what just happened in the Yawning Portal. Says, don't kill it necessarily. I would love a chance to study it. It just so happened that when I was here, nothing happened.
Well, if it's
So,
not
please.
threatening, then I think that's agreeable.
Wonderful. So please explore. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah,
I'd
Todd's
love
all
for you
over it.
All right.
This is a cool
So-
map, man. Did you make this one too?
Of course he did.
I
This is
did.
fucking badass.
Wait till you see the rest of it.
I'm
So,
excited. Todd takes off for the stairs up to the second floor.
those stairs actually, and Bolo says, you'll actually have to go outside to go to the second floor. I'm
Why?
afraid. That's just the way the stairs are built.
So where do these go?
They go up second floor. It's just
Oh,
when
they
you-
go
when you look at
outside the
them,
building. I
They
see.
are outside the building to go upstairs. Yes.
That's fine.
Sorry, whoever I just moved.
And yeah, I'm just gonna march up.
All right. So
I'm
if you
going
want
to
to
the
go on,
cellar.
all right. No, this is great. I love it.
He's trying to talk to us. We just take off in different directions.
That's what we would do, though.
Absolutely. I like it. I like
Absolutely.
Good luck
Yeah.
hurting your cats.
We would be 2 different parties. It's pretty great.
it. We would be too. We haven't really meshed yet.
All right.
No.
Oscar and Bart, are you guys going with Toddard or the Katarina?
Obviously, I'll be with Todd.
Okay.
Awesome. This is cool.
So I'm gonna cover Katarina first.
What was that cardinal rule? Always split the party?
Right.
It's gonna go out well.
Now I need to keep in mind it is dark in here. There are no lights. Volo has brought a lantern with him that he's set on the bar.
I brought a light with me.
I
I don't
cast
need
light.
one.
Yeah.
I have
Alright.
dark vision.
The good news is each
Sorry,
team has a medic.
Scar. Did you bring any of those
Okay.
candles that you broke out of the candle lanterns in the lane?
No, I'll just hold on to you.
Watch your hands.
So would you like to go down into the cellar?
I did.
Okay.
I went down in the cellar.
Okay, so when you down here, you notice there's a lot of barrels, and some of them. The problem is it's dark. There's cobwebs, dust, dirt everywhere. There's a few rats as you come through here. And all right, go ahead and what are you looking for?
None of which phase me at all.
All right.
Katarina, how do we see a ghost if they're ghostly?
I wouldn't worry too much about the ghost if I were you. They have a way of making themselves known if they want to be.
Pretty much the second you say that, the cellar door slams shut.
Oh, damn.
You are both locked down here, as far as you can tell.
Well, I haven't tried the door yet.
It's a safe assumption, right?
Arthur,
I
can you get
don't-
that door open? You weren't supposed to close it.
I'm so sorry for closing it. I don't remember closing it, but I'm sorry for closing it. I feel around behind me and I try to open the door.
All right. It appears to be locked or barred from the other side or something.
This door appears to be locked or barred from the other side or something.
Indeed.
You hear Volo now. I, are you okay down there?
Yes. Wait,
You
no.
hear him fiddling with the latch on the. He says, "I saw that. I was sitting at the bar." As he's opening the thing, he looks like he's. I would say he looks like he's seen a ghost, but he didn't see it. He didn't close it. I saw they just slammed shut on its own and latched. This is remarkable.
And Katerina continues to look around the cellar, kind of unfazed by the locking of the door.
I'm going to sneakily start feeling around for the ghost.
And as I'm searching the cellar, do I notice anything, or do I need? I don't know how big this is because I have dim vision for 60 feet, and then I can see well for 30, I believe.
Yeah, you can see
So
perfectly down.
I kind of walk around, and I'm looking for things that would be out of place or interesting or catch my attention, things like that.
The only thing you really notice is that the place is filthy. There's several casks of wine down here that have turned to vinegar. It's really just trashed. Everything's stable. The structural integrity is fine, but everything down here is broken and ruined, and it's junk.
Hey, Mr. Volo, sir.
Yes.
Do you reckon that? See, I'm a noble. Do you reckon that ghosts are magical?
I don't know. That's part of why I want to research the book. Research and do the book is just to find out.
I am going to use my Furbolg magic to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
So, 30 feet around me, any magical stuff starts to has a faint aura.
That's one handy
any
full
faint
bug.
Aura around faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I learned at school of magic, if any.
The only magic you sense is the 2 floors above you. Through the flooring, though, it's really weak and hard to notice.
I think Bart's magical.
Do I notice any other entrances or exits from the cellar besides the one we came through?
Roll me an investigation check. As far as you can tell, there's not any secret tunnels or exits or hidden doors or anything down here, anything like that. Now, the rats are getting in, but other than that, that's the only thing that you can see.
Can I notice where they're coming in from?
Not specifically. There's rat holes in the walls and stuff. They don't appear to be going anywhere.
So it's really just in between the stonework and whatnot, small holes and things.
Yeah.
And none of the stonework walls seem to be hollow. Like if I were to knock on them, they're all sound with earth behind them.
Yeah, you're pretty certain that there's not anything hidden
Every
down
time
here.
she knocks, I say, "Come in."
Volo finds that amusing.
All right.
Okay.
Well, it seems like we're kind of stuck here until someone gets that door open. Oscar, I'm going to think that you have a better chance than I do. Oh, Volo's on the other side working on it. Good stuff.
Yeah, Volo's got it open. He's got it unlocked and it's open. You're free to go.
Well, that was almost interesting.
I probably should have kept him down there now that I thought it.
Well, no, she was saying that, not me.
Okay. Todrin and Bart.
Yeah, as we're walking up the stairs, I'd say back to him, yeah, that I forgot to mention that to you. I've been noticing an influx of abilities recently. I think something.
I'm just looking at you weird.
I think I might be really connecting with Sune, like, and not like anyone else I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, I've found if I really focus, I can detect bad things around me. That's why I was checking out that body, but she was an unexpected outcome there. But
Fascinating.
that's not the only thing, man. I got some new stuff I want to try.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I feel different, better
Hmm.
every day.
Well, it doesn't sound like a bad thing.
No, not at all. Especially with this place. I mean, I put a painting on that wall right there. Maybe some nice dining furniture over here.
Totally sound pregnant.
Those
So
are
one
your new
thing you
abilities. You
guys-
can procreate.
One thing you guys notice as you explore the common room in here, there's no furniture. The place again, it's filthy. Cobwebs, dust. Every now and then you see one of the rats scurry across the floor.
I feel different. I'm a woman.
You guys start singing
I don't
Shania
know
Twain for
what
us.
you're talking about.
I've been experiencing some changes. Anyways, let's check out this room here and walk through
All right.
into the
So-
den.
In the
Again,
meantime, I'm
there's-
kind of looking on the main floor, looking around. Since we came up out of the cellar, I don't want to get locked in there again.
You don't really find anything in the tap room except tarnished silverware, a few empty mugs that have been dropped on the ground, and in one of the windows you see the words "Get Out" that's been painted on, or not painted, but like a finger,
Like a finger
on it in the
smudge on the.
dust.
Okay,
Oh
Right.
shit.
It's on the inside.
on the inside. Does it look fresh? Or is there a layer of dust over that as well, but not as bad as the surrounding dust?
It looks like it's pretty new.
I didn't mean to take away from them being upstairs. I just wanted to know what I was doing in the
I'll tell
meantime.
you,
No, you're
I'm
good.
going to be open with this. There's not a whole lot of individual descriptions of the rooms, but what we can do, and I have a little catalog I can show you guys later. You guys can furnish this as whatever way you want. You can claim the rooms as like if Todrin wants his bedroom here, or if Oscar wants a bedroom upstairs, or wherever you guys want to do that. I can do that, and I can furnish them, and I'll upload it next week or whatever.
There needs to
And,
be a shit ton of art, and you can take every gold coin from me to make it happen.
So I turned to Volo and asked him if anyone has been inside the manor other than us and how recently.
So far as I know, I'm the only one. I don't think so.
How long ago were you here when you were visiting it on your own?
Well, I've been at Cholt for a while, and this place has been sitting empty. I'd say 6 months.
So you haven't been inside in 6 months.
No.
What about that ghost right there? And I point.
He turns suddenly, and where?
Please tell me there's a ghost there.
Not that you see.
I mean, it's invisible, of course, but yeah.
There might be. You'd never know.
I wink at the ghost.
If I see nothing else on here, then I start going upstairs to the next floor and then
Alright.
eventually to the attic.
And at this point, we've already seen the balcony, or I've peeked out at it. That upper balcony there.
That balcony there looks out onto which road is it? Sardone Street.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
Sardone Street. Sardone.
And the front of the manor looks out onto the entryway to Troll Skull Alley.
Right. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Let's keep going here.
As Volo follows you all up into the common room upstairs, he tells you, I had thought about taking this place and maybe breaking down a few walls or something to open up the common room in here. But again, it's your place. You can do anything you want with it. You will probably have to talk to the guilds about that, though.
the guilds?
Yes, they're the ones
Well-
in town who must be contracted to do the work. You can't just go do it yourself.
Exactly.
Why did I remember?
Oh, we know that. We would know that.
Yes.
Well, we
Sorry, I
wouldn't
should
go.
have said that out of game. Sorry.
We wouldn't go kicking in the walls ourselves, of course.
Well, we wouldn't have asked that in game, so
Right.
Well, yeah, okay.
I'm a merchant.
Fair.
I would know that.
Yeah.
I do know several of the guild masters in town. I can put you in contact with Broxley Fairkettle. He runs part of the Fellowship of Innkeepers. I'm sure he would be happy to help you if you want to reopen it as a tavern. You don't have to. Other than that, you'd probably want to speak to the Cellars and Plumbers Guild to take care of the basement.
And the fact that there's only 2
Carpenters,
private
roofers.
bathrooms.
Yes, that might be an issue.
Those privies right above the common room.
There are.
Ah, very good.
Right where they should be, right above where everybody eats.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's also the
A different kind of
carpenters-
yawning portal.
Wow.
Wow.
Carpenters, Roofers, and Plastierers Guild, Plastierers Guild, that they'll do all of the rebuilding and remodeling that you want done. But yeah, Volo's got this wide grin on his face. He's like, I hope the place is to your liking.
I've just been wandering around through all of these rooms and balconies. I love it. This place is awesome.
Wonderful.
And I'm gonna head. Is there anything interesting upstairs?
The library is on the floor, and there's also the master bath, master bedroom, master bath, and another bedroom with another private bathroom.
Well, after I get up off the ground after Bart knocks me down, I'll follow him up to the 3rd floor where the library is.
You'll also find the way up to the turret peak.
I guess I wouldn't know that's where the library is.
You
He'll
can
show you.
smell them.
It's we're being really loose with the icons on the map, but yeah, he
empty.
leads you into the
In
library.
The
and he says,
library.
unfortunately, all of the bookshelves were emptied, but I'm sure you'll have plenty to fill it up again with. You'll also need to meet neighbors. There is a blacksmith just down the way from here. There is a private investigator. There's an herbalist shop. There's he looks to Toddler and he says, probably your new best friend runs the Bookworm's Treasure just down the road from here.
Who would that be?
Rishal the Page Turner. He's a Dragonborn fellow. I've only met him once in passing, but his shop is absolutely wonderful.
I'm sorry, I've been trying to bring up my notes. Can you say again what we have next to us and then tell me about that again real quick? You said a
Wait,
blacksmith.
Yes. The blacksmith, 2 Genasi smiths named Imbric and Avi. They run the Steam and Steel forge just around the corner here.
You listed a bunch of facilities right next to us, though. What were those other ones?
There's the Bookworm's Treasure. Coralon's Crown is the herbalist shop. And I'll tell you what, I've actually got this available for you right here. It says, now, Emic Froon actually tried to buy this place from me, but I noticed on our way in, he's actually opened up a new tavern just along the way here. The Bent Nail is a carpenter. His name's Talisovanar Fellbranch. And the Tiger's Eye is owned by Vincent Trench. He's a detective. I've never quite personally had need of his services myself, but I'm sure in your line of work that might be something come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Fala Lefalier owns the Corlon's Crown. It's a herbalist shop. All sorts of potions and alchemist things that I'm sure you would find fascinating. They're a very particular sort, so
That detective
Probably shouldn't have put it
agency
that
will
way.
come in handy for sure.
Fala is an absolutely fascinating individual, though. I'm sure you will get along famously. Emic, honestly, Emic is a bit of, well, Emic is Emic. Now, Imbric and Avi, they're both very interesting individuals. They're both from Kalamshan. It's far to the south of here. But they've
Calamshan?
owned, yes, it's very, 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 very far south of Waterdeep. It's like southern tip of the continent almost.
Holy
How do you
shit.
spell that?
Cal. There you go. Kalamshan. Calimshan.
I'm glad I asked, because I misheard that.
Now, Vincent Trench, the detective, I've only met the man once. He seemed a very professional sort. Not one for small talk, I don't think.
Well, I'll walk to the far wall of the library here. Are those windows there?
Yes.
Okay. On the wall between them, or whatever is between them, I'm going to reach up and hang my trinket, my silver badge in the shape of a 5-pointed star,
All right.
and say, our first improvement.
Olo just smiles. He says, "Perfect." As you turn around to walk away, it's lifted off where he's hung it, and everyone sees this except for Todrin, who's turned around, and
Oh,
it's
God.
just it's dangling in the air, and all of a sudden it just gets thrown across the room.
Oh, shit.
Volo's eyes go wide again, and he says, "Ah, wow.
What the hell?
Uh, you weren't downstairs. That's right. We
Well, that
we
was
believe
interesting.
we had our encounter with our ghost friend.
Oh, really? So we have a roommate.
Yes. But every rose has its thorn, right?" He's just trying to quote what little bit of he knows about Suni.
I'm going to walk over to the star, pick it up, and try to put it right back where it was.
At that point, the door slams behind you.
Oh, shit. Was everybody looking in, or are we all in the
Yeah.
library?
I think everyone's in the library at this point. The door slams shut with everyone in there.
So
You
we
start to
are all
sniff.
in the library?
You start to sniff.
That's excellent.
The only thing you smell is just the smell of like musty books that are unfortunately no longer here. and just dampness.
So am I able to put that star back where it was?
Yeah, when you put it back, you just slam the door on you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, this is interesting, huh? Can we open that?
Yeah, when you go to open the door, it opens again.
Well, it seems harmless enough. Right?
Except that it locked us here in the library.
Or it threw a
Where
fit
would
like
you
a
rather
3-year-old.
be?
I'd rather be in a library with books if I'm going to be locked in here.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Says, would you mind terribly if I study the ghost at all? I mean, it's up to
I
you how
don't.
you want to handle it.
I don't mind. Doesn't seem friendly. Be careful.
No, he really does he? He calls out the name that he knows from the bartender before that died here. He says, Liv? Liv, is that you? There's no response.
I'm going to use Divine Sense again. I didn't realize I have it more than once per long
Sure.
rest.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a feature
Uh,
number of times equal to 1 plus my wow, so 5 times between long rests. That's crazy. Okay, yep.
So you sense there's absolutely an undead presence here. No question about it. It's very strong.
Okay. Yeah,
And
there's
it is currently in the next room.
as in outside the library?
Yeah, just outside the library.
So you as Volo says, "Are you here?" You see me and then just charge out the door into the next room and look around wildly.
Oh my! Volo takes a step back as you charge through the door. And what did you do when you get out the door?
Looking around, I'm trying to see if I can pinpoint where it is.
In the seconds you have usage of it, not really.
Oh, okay. Then stagger to a stop, and I'm gonna take another deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3.
Now, since it's in the bedroom to the north,
Okay. I'm gonna try to catch up to it. So I'm just
Okay.
sniffing wildly and charging around the house.
And I'm chasing him closely.
sorry, I took my finger off the button. As you charge into this room, the windows right in front of you, they just swing open.
All right.
Just
In the
as
meantime,
loud
Katerina asks
windows.
Oscar what he thinks of the place. Sorry, continue
I'm
your ghost chase.
sniffing everything I can.
That's perfect.
I can't smell it.
So windows in the bedroom here, they slam open. The glass rattles in them. It doesn't break the glass, but
Oh, hell.
it rattles them pretty hard.
Don't you break my windows, you son of a bitch. And
Did you just call him a son of a bitch?
yeah, and then right after that I inhale for my 4th time.
So you don't see him. He remains invisible, but you can sense he is right next to you.
Oh my god. Bert, he's here. Volo. What was his name?
I don't see anything.
What did the guy say?
Todd.
Yeah, Volo comes running up behind you. He says, "What? Where is it?
He's right here. I point at him where I smelled him. I'm trying not to move.
Nothing happens.
I'm going to sniff for my final time.
You sense that it is up into the next floor.
The turret peak.
You think so? Yes.
I'm going to point up the ladder. He went up there. That's all I got.
So, what do you? I mean, chasing it around isn't going to. I think you're just going to upset him.
You wanted to learn, right? Are you going first or am
Yes,
I?
but go ahead. I guess.
All right. I'm gonna nod at Bert and climb up the ladder.
All right.
So as you climb up the ladder, you come up into the turret, and it's pretty deep here. And the only thing you see is all the windows up here are open, and there's a bird nest, and there's this raven that just looks at you, cocks its head, and just goes.
Okay. I want to look around.
And as you do, inside of you get an overwhelming urge to jump.
Oh God. Oh no. Yeah, I'm just looking around for any reason that a ghost would lead me to the top floor. Bert, you see anything?
Do I see anything?
You can detect magic, yeah?
I can, but is that going to be any use against a ghost?
Well, we're not fighting him, so to speak. Maybe there's
I
something
don't
worth
mean
seeing
to
up
fight.
here.
Ghosts aren't magic, are they?
I don't know.
I feel like if they were, we would know more about them. Not that we know a terrible lot about magic, but it's not the point. I don't think it'll be worth it.
All right.
So as you're talking, the door that goes the trap door closes, and you no longer see Bart.
Todd!
You no longer see Todd.
So we're both up there, and now we're both alone after the door slams?
No, he was.
No,
I
I'm on
assume.
the...
Were you talking to him from below? Because it's kind of tight up there.
Oh,
Right, yeah,
okay.
I'm yelling up to you from the
So you
bottom
were
of
like
the
at the
ladder.
top of the ladder, and it slammed shut right above you?
You're at the top of the ladder.
No, I'm at the top. You're still on the ladder, looking up at me, and it slammed shut above you.
Yeah, I'm not close, but I'm
Okay, gotcha.
starting to climb the ladder, I guess. And it
Uh,
slams.
Yeah, Todd, make me a strength check.
Oh God, I do feel the need to jump. Oh no, I'm gonna use my inspiration. Much better. Whew.
All right, let's see.
Todd dies. Roll a new character.
So you feel the sudden push, like just you don't see anything, but there's this really hard push, and you're pushed up against the wall. You feel like it was almost trying to lift you off of your feet, but you managed to shake it off, and you're all right.
Whoa! And I start yanking on the doorknob. Let me down! Let me out of here!
Todd!
Can
I'm
I?
immediately going up the ladder, trying to get in.
It seems to be locked.
Yeah, from the other side.
My side?
Yeah, your side.
I think
Can I unlock it?
I can't open it.
Yeah, you can unlock it.
Cool, I do that.
Oh, well, hey, let me down. Something tried to push me off of here, man.
Come on! And I go back down the ladder.
Volo's waiting at the bottom of the ladder, and he says, "What happened? What happened?"
All right. I have officially learned everything we need to know about this ghost. It wants us gone, and it'll kill us if it can.
It tried to kill you.
Can it kill us?
It tried to push me off the tower. Gravity'd kill me.
Did it really? What was it like? How did it feel? Tell me everything.
It felt like a really strong wind, but like someone was pushing me, but you can't see him, you know?
Can you pull? And he's gesturing to your chainmail. He says, I want to see if there are any marks or anything like that.
Oh man! And I start turning around. Did it leave a mark?
There's a pretty big bruise on your chest, but the padding from the chainmail, the padding layer beneath it, kept it from doing too much damage.
Oh damn!
You're fine. You are bruised. It's not bad.
I mean, it hurt, but I'm okay. There's something here, man.
I absolutely. This is wow. You see Bolo just wide-eyed and smiling. He's like,
It's crazy.
I hope you didn't upset it too much.
Upset him, damn near killed me.
He didn't. I'm sure it didn't. Well, maybe it did. I don't know.
I think you best be careful, Sir Volo. No book's worth dying for.
That's fair.
That being said, you do your business. In my opinion, and I look to Bart. Are the other two with us at this point?
I am still on the floor with the library,
Yeah, we
hanging
came
out
back
there
down.
watching Oscar sniff the room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And looking at him
Right on.
with a blank look that almost, if you look hard enough, you might get a glimpse of curiosity on her face. Like she's just like wondering what this guy's about.
Oscar? Wondering what Oscar's about?
Yeah.
Todrin just smells and he detects things. I'm trying to master that skill.
So at this point, Volo
I see.
looks to you. He leads the way back to the library and says, "So I've already set up a meeting with the magistrate at about high sun. We still have a little while if you want to lay claim to the rooms or what have you. But that's about it."
Yeah.
Very well. How long until we see the magister?
Oh, we should be meeting them in a couple hours.
Very well.
So if we don't want to resolve everything, Todd
about it.
wants a ground floor room, and truly, especially because of that video you showed me with Sune, first place he goes is to artist stalls that he knows well because of his following,
Right.
and he spends
Sure.
way too much gold on art and then lavishly sets up his room.
Okay.
Are there any rooms on the ground floor? Other than the main
Good
tap room?
question.
The tap room takes up the entirety of the main room.
I'm sorry, I
the
forgot
bottom of the
already.
first floor. That's okay. And as far as things we can do, when you guys talk to the guild, what we can do is if you wanted to take out a wall, we can do that. If you wanted to put furniture in, I've got furniture you can pick from. I can load that up right now if you want to see the catalog, or I can probably be better to put it on Slack. And just let you guys decide how you want to handle that over the next week or so, rather than figure that all out now.
Yeah, that's a good
That
idea.
sounds good.
Okay, I'll load that up to Slack tonight. So yeah, go ahead and just put your tokens to whatever room you want to claim if you're feeling the need to. Otherwise, we can head on to the magistrate.
I'll take that one on the second floor there.
All right. Oscar going to take the attic room. Bart, do you want one of the bedrooms? And Katerina, do you have a preference?
Do I have to choose now? I'll take
No.
whatever's left. I don't really
No,
care.
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Katerina would never give any thought to this. She'd be like,
All right.
show me my room.
Sure. All right.
I'd want to be on the floor with the library.
Okay.
I think that
There's
master
also
bedroom
the
with the
master
private
bedroom.
bath. Yep, that's got you all
Alright.
over it.
So this room here for you,
Yes.
that'll give Katerina the one with her at peak.
Yep, and she'll have
And
her own
Oscar.
bathroom.
And Oscar's got the attic. And Todrin, as far as bathrooms go, if you wanted to turn that spare room into a bathroom, you can do that.
Yep,
Anything you want. Anything you want to do.
that's awesome.
Oh, we technically each have our own floor.
I start I start banging on the ground or on the floor, and I'm like, Katerina, I'm above you. Can you hear me?
And she just kind of looks up and stares at the ceiling blankly.
Oscar, as you're banging on the what were you banging on the ceiling?
Well,
I mean,
his
the
floor.
I'm above
Yeah,
her.
the floor. Right. That's right. Okay. As you're doing that, you feel a breeze as the window opens behind you.
Katerina, it's cold up here. Oh, there are windows. Okay.
All right.
Try a sweater.
All right. Well, yeah. So since we have a couple hours, I'll be doing
Yeah.
purchasing and shit. But then we can fast
Sure.
forward through all that. And
Yeah, he'll take you to and we can handle the market if you want it later. But
sounds
he'll
good.
take you uh to the magistrate at High Sun to meet with Colleen Silmerhelv. I'll put that name here in the thing for you.
That was cool. That's the most
There you
use
go.
I've ever seen anybody get out of Divine Sense.
So she's the magister, or excuse me, she's the magistrate. And Volo takes you to the courthouse in the castle ward at High Sun to meet with her.
All right.
Just a second here. So kind of the difference between the dock ward and the castle ward for you.
Yeah.
Guard squads look ridiculous when everybody's got such different heights.
Right.
So she, where did it go? I've lost where I was. Okay. Volo walks up to her and says, we're here to transfer the deed to Troll Skull Manor. And he gestures to Todrin, who has the deed. And she says, that'll be a state transfer tax of 25 gold pieces. She looks to you, Todrin.
All right. Works for me. I'm gonna look at the party. I mean, because I don't know how much I spent doing all of that just now, so I'm gonna.
I give you 25
I
gold.
just automatically hand over my share of the gold without a word.
Oh,
Okay.
what is your
Start
share?
counting my nibs.
Well, if I do my math right, I'm saying about 6 gold.
About 6 gold.
25 for the whole, then yeah.
The magistrate looks at you, Todrin. She says, is this in your name or in group's name?
Well, hadn't
My name is
really
Oscar.
considered
No,
that.
no Oscar.
It'll be in the 4 of our names.
She raises her head up and she looks at Oscar and she says, I'm sorry, your name is?
Oscar.
She looks you up and down.
No, Oscar.
I'll be right back. And she gets up and she leaves.
Excuse me, ma'am.
She's gonna
She
go find
keeps
the
walking.
ghost.
I had a. Oh
she
damn.
has left the room.
Katerina, I think now would be a good time for you to take him out of here.
He is not my puppy.
Right, but you don't understand. The guards that we were talking to at that warehouse, your friend here, you know, he can be a little lost at times. He mentioned to that guard some thieving he might have been doing, and I have yet to deal with that with him, but the guard is probably looking for him.
Oh no! She did the thieving. I just took care of the nobles.
Right, well, they're coming for him right now, so...
So perhaps you should have a conversation with Oscar. He's
Volo's
not my
standing
puppy.
right-
I'm Oscar.
Volo's standing right here. She says, I'm sorry, you have problems with the city. What's going on?
Oh,
No problems. They didn't know it was us. convinced them it was someone else.
I
Oh,
Vola
fuck.
looks very, very worried right now. He says, does he know what's going on here? Does he understand?
We're each getting in a manner, correct?
Oscar lives in his own world. If someone wants to listen to the babblings of this furbog, that is their problem.
So,
it is not my concern.
Roll me a perception check, everyone.
I can help you.
That is
Go
not
there.
what I expected to happen right there. Oh, shit.
Nope.
Bart is just like,
Katerina, you can hear heavy footfalls, like multiple footfalls coming down the hall, your direction.
Oscar, my friend, you should wait for us back at the... I don't know. You cannot be here right now.
Volo pipes up. He says, if he's in trouble, we should probably tend to it now. I mean, my lord, with all due respect, if he has problem with the guard, maybe he should just pay his fine and be done.
There's a soft popping sound, and that elf dude is standing there now. Star Song guy, or whatever his name is.
Okay.
As I'm agreeing with Volo, because I haven't noticed. You know what? You're right. This needs to be dealt with.
Sorry,
I
that
turn
skinny
around.
girl.
And it's the elf guy. Oh. Well,
See,
that's
they'll never
interesting.
recognize me, Oscar says in Oscar's voice.
Volo's just, he looks shocked, and he turns to Bart and he says, well, what are you going to do about this?
Wow. This is an interesting predicament.
The door opens. Then
I
the
don't
door
see a
across the way
predicament at all.
opens, and in come more than a dozen city watch, along
Oh,
with the
boy.
magistrate. And she says,
oh, fuck.
she looks around the room. She says, where is he?
Where's who?
Non Oscar.
No,
The furbog that was with you, where is he?
well, he left.
He left.
Furbolgs live in the forest.
Roll me a deception check with advantage because you're disguised.
Two 16s.
She says, you just let him leave.
Well, I mean,
He is a free man. Or
I-
furbog.
He will
We
not
don't
be a
have-
free man by the end of the night.
why?
If you
What
have
did he do?
issue with Oscar, then take it up with Oscar.
We have a report from a captain in the dock ward that a man matching his description and his name robbed a noble. In fact, burglarized a noble's estate.
Which noble estate and which noble was this? What
Let's see
proof do
here.
you have?
The
What witnesses?
Stormweather estate. Just a few nights ago. And you guys are going to have to bear with me because I was not present for whatever this event was.
That's
If you
because
have
it wasn't in the campaign, sir.
He mentioned it, though. He was talking about it.
But it could have been his imagination, so I mean,
He
and
still
he didn't
told
give
it
you a
to
name
a
of
guard
a place.
captain. He gave it to
Very
a guard
well.
captain.
Play your
Yep.
game.
It happened.
There wasn't a guard captain
But he
there.
didn't say the name of the place. He didn't say the name of the noble. He
He's-
made mention of something that may or may not have transpired, but there was no proof. So
That's true, but
you
he
have
still
to. So you've
told it to a
conjured
noble.
up, which is fine. But the evidence is all conjured because you don't really have any specifics.
Well, at that point,
Melania, do you have any
Nonetheless,
specifics on the
it's
matter?
all yours.
I mean, I do, but nobody else does.
Can you give them to me?
Well, no.
He didn't give those to the guard. He just said, he saw this thing and this happened, but that's all the guard knows, man.
And we charmed the people
So they didn't know
So,
it was
yeah.
us.
What kind of spell did you use to charm them?
I
Oh,
mean,
shit.
the DM needs to know about these, regardless of whether the guard does.
Well, this was like our backstory.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
reading
all
at Oscar.
backstory, right? We didn't do it in game.
So yeah, it was more of a story that we've done together kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
Oh.
badass.
It just didn't happen during the campaign. So his mention of it to the guard might have raised the guard's eyebrows, but if he got no reports and he got no
There has been
backing
a
up information, then they don't know that it's him or not. But
Good woman.
so I don't raise my eyebrow because I don't see any way for them to get it back to us other than Oscar saying what he did. So
What they have is a confession and a captain's
May
word
I?
over a commoner. Sorry,
May
Kazin,
I?
go ahead.
There has been a string of robberies and burglaries of noble estates in this city, and if your friend is involved with the Black Viper, that is something that the City Watch cannot stand for.
well,
That
it is of
wasn't
no concern to me.
unusual.
Go and do your job.
The Black Viper?
Yeah, do we know who that is?
Can I do a history check?
Todrin and Bartholomew, give me a history check
Fuck.
because this is related to nobles.
Come
Oh,
on,
we
man.
know nothing of it then.
And name a time in the history of the city when
Actually-
there weren't nobles being robbed.
21.
Damn that purple.
Bartholomew, you're pretty familiar with this, actually.
Yes.
Well done.
Ah, the Black Viper.
What is the Black Viper?
Let's see. You have heard that the Black Viper has robbed more than a dozen nobles in their homes across the North and Seawards. It's believed to be a woman. Actually, with a
Ooh.
roll that high, you know that the Black Viper. Let's see.
Oh.
Sure.
Can
The
I
Black
ask a
Viper-
question
Viper?
out? Can I ask a question out of game?
Yes.
Am I the Black Viper?
No.
Oh, too bad.
That's
That would have been
they-
awesome,
Before this is over, they may think you are.
right?
The Black Viper was a notorious burglar, pickpocket, mugger, and assassin who died more than a century ago. Bart, you know that whether she's back or if someone has just taken up her mantle, it's been the talk of nobles everywhere are talking about the Black Viper, and you know that more than a dozen estates have been robbed, and I can get you exactly who. The Artebrent, Amical, Artemel, Bellabranta, which that name rings really familiar to you, Todrin. Cromor, Helmfast, Erlingstar, Langolin, Nandar, Fyland, Snowme, and Thorpe have all been robbed by the Black Viper in the last couple of weeks.
I'm just gonna write down a bunch
Dun,
of noble
dun, dun.
houses because, yeah.
Pretty prolific for a dead girl.
Bella Branta?
And then Bellabranta. And we can get back to that in a minute.
Please do. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now, as
I'm
just
just
out
gonna
of character for a
slowly
moment,
point
I
to
am
the
gonna-
door.
out of character for just a moment, I'm going to tell you all everything that is said in character, I am taking as said in character. If
Absolutely.
it's a lie, that's
Oh,
fine.
no problem with that. It was only the fact that you said a specific estate and a specific noble when that
And that's-
information would not have been. It could be presumed that there's a
may not-
connection,
That's exactly
but
right.
that's like
It may
that's
not
all I was saying.
that the noble estate that they believe was robbed by the Black Viper most recently was the Stormweather estate, which is actually really close to Trollskull Alley. It's just a couple blocks away.
Maybe we're next.
Right?
Todrin, you recognize Bellabranta. You have an ex-girlfriend by the name of Bellabranta.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay. So I would know from her that they had got hit by the Black Viper?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've heard this news. You and Bart both are pretty well familiar, especially with you being into the what's the word I'm looking for?
Shipping and
Grapevine.
trading and such.
Yes, the grapevine.
Oh, you.
You've both heard this is happening. So for the record,
Gotcha.
this is not something I'm pulling out of my ass just because Oscar said something dumb.
Right, so it's kind of like when I mentioned that Oscar was involved in thievery. I mean, even
Right.
Bart would kind of go, "Oh shit, maybe he's involved with the Black Viper."
Yeah.
So of course the guards come down on us for any lead they can possibly get.
Right. Okay, back in character now. The magistrate says, "Where is your friend?"
Well, I don't really know because when someone leaves
You
the room,
need to know. Hampering justice has a fine of up to 200 gold pieces and hard labor for a 10-day. And she knows your nobles.
right?
I
I
just
wonder if
Still-
she
still-
remembers that she's speaking to a noble.
Oh, she's bureaucratic. She doesn't care.
Yeah,
Right.
she's an official. She's a little bit above us.
I'll
She
be
should
honest with
care.
you. I met the man yesterday. I don't know anything about him. I know he went that way, and I'm gonna point out the door.
Throwing
I-
Oscar under the dray.
Right?
Sorry, so sorry.
Roll me a
That was
persuasion
good.
check. Or excuse me, not a persuasion check. Roll me a deception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm lying out my ass right now. Well, half lying. Come on, baby.
Wow.
She turns to the city watch and she says, "What are you waiting for? After him!" And
I
all
believe
12
him
of these
outside.
guys go out the door.
Wow.
Holy fuck. You know how much trouble I could have got in if that didn't
What do you think they're
work?
going to do to Oscar when they catch him?
Are we alone in this room now?
Oh,
No, she's
fuck.
still in the room. She has yet to take you 25 gold pieces for the deed. And she's now, as they're chasing down your friend, hopefully,
You keep saying that like we know him.
my lord, with all due respect. She just shakes her head. She says, "I cannot believe this day. Of all things." She says,
Well, right. I mean,
"Fine.
I tried to
20
stop you to figure out why you left, but I mean, he took off running like he knew. I don't
Well, the city
understand.
watch will have him within the day. I can assure you of that."
All right.
And
Why did you want him?
again, he admitted to one of the city guard in the dock ward, city watch in the dock ward, that he had been involved in some sort of burglary of a noble estate.
Well, I mean,
And if that is true, and he can lead us to the Black Viper, or if he is the Black Viper, then that is something that cannot stand in the city. And as a noble, you should know that.
right. Of course. I mean, obviously, I
Sit
didn't
down.
know that. I hope they catch him.
Well,
The Black
if you
Viper,
see
that
your-
is.
if you see your friend, you should tell him that it would be in his best interest to turn himself in, that it is burglary, that is imprisonment of up to 3 months,
Holy
and
shit.
damages equal to the value of stolen goods, plus an additional $500 gold piece fine.
Oh.
What about this Black Viper? I mean, you really think that they would have just walked in here?
Most likely not.
Or
However,
admitted to the god? I mean, let's be real.
are you saying that this was some kind of joke played by your friend?
Again, I don't know the man. I'm just saying, I think this may be blown out of proportion because we have a serious problem on our hands. Don't get me wrong,
Of course,
but
we have an incredibly serious problem on our
right,
hands.
but
More than a dozen noble estates have been robbed in the last few weeks.
right. I mean, that serious problem isn't going to solve itself with a guy admitting to it on the street.
Stranger things have happened in the city of Waterdeep.
Well, I can't argue with you there.
Please forgive me, my lord. And madam, good lady, whatever I call you.
It's fine.
Yes, I'm a lady.
We're here to do business. Are we able to get this deed
Yes.
taken care of, please?
Sir,
Oh shit.
she's just frustrated, and she's
I'm shitting bricks over here.
Pay
Yeah.
the fee.
This
Pay
whole
the
time
fee,
Bart is
and
just like a fish. I
I hope I did that. I
Uh,
hope I did that all right, Kai. I didn't want to kill you. I was trying to save your
Well, you
ass.
have
All
to
good.
play your character your way, honey. It's all
I
good.
I know.
I like seriously didn't understand that I was confessing to a fucking guard.
That did go quite badly, didn't it?
as you did it, I think all of us were just like,
Oh yeah, Katarina was dying. She's like, "Oh my god, he cannot come with you anymore on any of your jobs."
okay.
Even the guard, where everyone in even the guard is just dead silence.
And I meant to get back to it when it happened. It's just the next thing, everything was going on. I was trying to figure out what to do with 12 guys, if I wanted to move them in initiative or not, and I just didn't get back to it. So here we are.
So again, 4 names on the deed, please.
Does that include your friend No Star?
You broke up a little. Say that name again.
Wait, what?
You broke
Your
up a
friend's
little.
name. Your friend's name is No Scar, right?
No, it's just Oscar.
Of course.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
No, Oscar.
No scar.
No, Oscar. That's awesome.
Fuck. That's perfect. No
Good
scar.
person. Let's do.
All right, so however you guys want to split the fee, the 25 gold pieces.
Let's
And-
do 6 from each of them and 7 from me, right?
All right.
Oh no, I should give the extra because I took the extra gold from the pot. So I offer up the 7th piece.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And we're taking those out from ourselves, right? Because I've been doing that. this
I
whole
have
time.
been.
Okay, cool.
6 dragons gone.
All
6
right.
dragons gone.
And as she's stamping, making sure all the paperwork is in order, she's shaking her head as one of the city watch comes in. He just looks at her and shakes. God damn it! You should know, the city watch will find him, and when they do, he's going to be in a lot more trouble if he runs than if he comes forward. She puts the last stamp down with just this loud thud that echoes through the courtroom. Here's your deed.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for giving me just the most fascinating day. And she's sarcastic as she can be.
I'm sorry, darling. Didn't mean to give you such a headache. We'll be on our way.
She just glares at you.
There's no glow from his forehead this time.
Well, he tries, but
we
no.
do appreciate.
He
your
tries
time.
really hard to make a flicker come up, but
I
nothing happens.
just can't perform under these circumstances.
You enjoy the rest of your day, and if we do see Oscar, we will let you know, Madam
She
Magistrate.
She looks at you, and then she looks at her paperwork again, and she says, Margaster.
Yes.
City Watch would like to have a word with you as well, I believe. And she's
Oh,
starts going
shit,
through
run!
Some of her paperwork.
What?
She says,
What?
Bartholomew Margaster? Yes? That's you?
I look at the party, look back at her. That's me.
Oh. I don't know what it is with your group and the City Watch wanting you, but fortunately for you, as far as I know, it's nothing as serious. So,
Ooh,
at your
what you
earliest
do?
convenience, would you go to the City Guard and discuss whatever matter it is to discuss? And she just slams her book closed and leaves the room.
Do you think she meant City Watch, or do you honestly think she meant you to go and visit the guards?
City Watch, I apologize.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Okay.
I'm gonna mess that up so many times it's not even
I
funny.
misspeak constantly, don't worry, I just had to make sure.
So
Yeah, I
there's a
can't get
pretty
them straight.
significant difference. The guards are just on the rim, and the watch are the
guards are-
cops.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
gotcha.
like the army and the police.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Okay, gotcha. Good to know. Because I was
Alright.
calling them guards last session too. All right.
So we leave here.
Well, we got our deed, Volo. Sorry, that was more interesting than we planned.
He says, it certainly was. And he says, I must say, your group is going to make quite the name for themselves in this town.
I suppose so.
I am going to
and I'm
return.
kind of looking around now as we're walking around.
I am going to return to the yawning portal. If any of you need me for any reason, that's where I will be. Or you can leave a message with Dernan or Bonnie. I'm sure they'll get back to me. Have a nice day.
You as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Volo.
Feel free to
He
stop
has-
by to as he walks away.
Certainly, yeah. He's got this look on his face like, what the hell have I done?
So do I.
We're all just confused. We all look just really disheveled and disheartened and...
Right?
Katarina just stares blankly and says, "Should we go back to the manor and regroup?"
I think that would be good. I got questions.
All of you go ahead and head back to the manor. I'm gonna go talk to the watch.
Perhaps
Oh,
before you do, we should get all of
I'll
our
come
ducks
with
in a
you.
row.
Oh, what?
I'll come with you, Bert.
Sorry, what was that, Katarina?
Oh, sorry.
Well, the idea was to regroup and kind of figure things out before we talk to the watch, to decide what we want to do. But if you must go now, by all means.
Well, I don't
Perhaps
think...
me and Davlin here will go to the bar and have a drink.
I mean, no offense, but I don't believe that the watch wanted to talk to the group.
Perhaps it's
me.
your security pet project.
But I suppose if you all want to accompany me to the watch headquarters...
Perhaps you weren't listening. I said if you're going to the watch now, I will take Davlin here to the bar for a drink while we wait for you.
Ah, yes.
I know your head is a little muddled and you're probably a little out of sorts.
Yes.
Damn.
Sounds good. Meet back at the manor, then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Dav, would you like to go and have a brew?
She's so mad at you.
Who's mad at who?
I think you're mad at a scar.
Oh, no.
Well,
I mean,
that
no
is yet
scar
to
would
be
just be no
determined.
scar. That's all. So, I mean, there's nothing to be angry with.
Speaking
I
of
think
which,
there's a lot to be angry with.
Not at
Oscar,
all. She's not worried a bit about it.
how long does that spell last?
It is disguise self.
It's an
1 hour.
isn't it?
Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't come down as you're walking out the door.
Nope, he's got
Oh,
lots of time.
God.
All right.
We'll go over to Floon's, have a beer, and then go back to the manor. I have plenty of time to go and guzzle one.
So Drax, are you gonna talk to the guard then?
Yes.
The watch. I did it again. The watch.
All good,
okay.
man.
Saul Goodman.
Let's see. I'm gonna take Drax out of the room. Actually, you know what? How are we doing on time? Is everybody? It's 10:30 by my clock.
I'm plenty
I'm
good.
good for a little bit longer.
Okay. I'm gonna drag Drax up into the next room just briefly, unless you are comfortable discussing it in front of the group.
It's up to you guys. Just so long as you can separate what you know from what you don't.
Well, it's not that big of a deal. I'll be, although we'll talk about it. It's not that big of a deal.
All right.
Okay.
If you
No
want to
special
keep
pills
it,
have arrived from
if you want to
Luskin.
keep it separate, that's totally fine too. I mean, I don't have any
It's
Me
really
neither.
up to you, Drax.
say one way or the other.
You know what
Secrets
it's
can make
about.
things interesting.
I do know what it's about.
So, okay.
It could. All right, cool. I'll meet you up in D&D.
All right.
Oh,
This
User
won't be
left
long.
your channel. User left your channel.
So now that you have been introduced to a good old-fashioned Texas snipe hunt, how's it feel?
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I was so caught between wanting to save Kai's character and being a paladin and a noble at the same time. I honestly, I jumped into your defense too fast and too strong for my character. So we're just gonna play that as I'm taking a liking to you because
I had no idea that any of that would have triggered any
yeah,
of
how
this.
could you? I mean, it was
I was not surprised. I was surprised with the
holy
timing
shit.
of it, but the
I was-
snipe hunt was in reference to you chasing after a ghost that didn't want to be found.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was interesting. Like I said, divine sense has always been something that I've seen just kind of sit to the side and never get used. So it was pretty cool to actually get to use it actively.
Very nice.
Sorry, it seems like I always feel like I take the spotlight a shit ton, and I don't mean to.
I don't think that you have anything to apologize there for. If the
Okay.
DM wanted to disengage, he could have at any moment.
That's true.
So
That's true.
you have nothing to worry about.
That's very true. Cool. What about you, Kai? How is Mr. Hunted feel?
Like I said, I had no idea this was going to happen.
So a little stressed. I would be. Fuck.
I mean, but he's a furbolg. This stuff probably wouldn't stress him out at all.
I mean Kai specifically worried about his character.
I mean, I'm not going to. Well, I didn't see. I mean, I suppose I charged a noble. I guess that's no good. No, so like all the things that I talked about were just like role playing exercises that Saf and I did previously, just to kind of like set up a backstory for us.
We were trying. It wasn't even the backstory. It was us trying to get our characters to have a rapport.
Right. That's cool. I
It
like
wasn't
that.
even backstory. It was just more of a rapport building exercise, and we
User
went
joined
out,
your channel.
We
and
just
that's all
talk
it
back
was
and
really
forth.
was. But then he mentioned, yeah, we actually.
Okay.
Well, I took him out to do a job, and yeah, it was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
That's crazy. Wow.
So from as soon as not Todrin, Bartholomew was finished with his thing, you head back to Troll Skull Manor, I assume?
Yes.
I went
Alright.
with him. Am I like locked out of a room or something?
Yeah,
if
you didn't get to go in.
if you
Oh,
went
okay.
with him, they had you wait outside.
Oh,
Not outside, but
Well.
you sat in a room while I went and talked
Right.
in a smaller room.
There you go. Exactly.
would I be used to this kind of thing around you, Bart?
No, this is very weird.
This is very rare. Okay.
Yeah, this was weird too. You're like, what? And
Then
I'm being weird about it. So.
Yeah, I want to do an insight check on him as we're walking back. Oh, not great.
You notice your friend is acting weird.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get nothing out of that shit.
Yeah.
I understand if you have something you're working on, but I mean, when you can tell me, I guess you will. Is everything okay?
Yes, everything is just fine.
Well, if I can help, let me know.
Can you see?
I got all kinds
I
of
rolled?
time.
Yeah, you got
Don't tell me.
yeah.
Well, don't. Yeah.
It's low.
Is it lower than his?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm clearly lying.
Right. And I just look at you in the eye and say, well, if I can help, please let me know.
Yes, thank
Listen.
you. Everything's fine.
No, listen,
Fine.
like I can help. Let me help.
We'll talk about it another time. Just don't worry about it.
All right. Let's head back then. We got some questions to ask these folks.
Agreed. We've got other things to deal with besides, anyway. Yes. So we return to the manor.
Yar.
So As you open the door, there's Katerina and Oscar. I assume no longer disguised. Would that be accurate, Oscar?
I have a towel over my head.
Okay. So they're sitting there at the bar having a few drinks as you guys come in, and what do you say to them?
So it's just us four?
Yeah,
We're
Volo's
at the
gone.
manor now.
Yeah,
it's
Volo's
just us
gone to
four.
the yawning portal, and you guys are alone in your new manor.
Well,
So, ghosts, huh?
ghosts and I lied to the watch.
And theft? Yeah.
Theft and
Also magic. And I throw out some sparks of light.
that lady
Also,
at the bar.
at this point, the cup in front of Oscar just lifts slowly and turns and slowly starts pouring what he was drinking out on the floor.
I try to drink it. Like
He
leaning
puts
under
his
it and
mouth
trying to like.
underneath where it's pouring
That is
from.
one spiteful ass ghost.
Come on now. This is ridiculous. Show yourself.
Well, perhaps if you would stop chasing it around and insulting it, you might get a better result. Can we talk about something other than the ghost in the room?
Maybe the elephant then. What the hell was Oscar talking about?
Oscar's mumblings are neither here nor there. The
No,
point we should be
no.
focusing on is that he's wanted by the City Watch. Now, we could turn him in, we could pay his ransom, whatever we need to do, but we need to make a decision to either come together and make a solution as a group, or we need to part ways.
Good point. Well, what do you know about the Black Viper?
I know that I learned the name, the Black Viper, today.
You know
Yeah,
what?
she has no idea.
Thank you for bringing that up. That is the solution to our problem here. I'm gonna be honest here. And I take a seat and kind of level with Oscar and Kat here and say, you know,
Katerina.
I'm
No,
gonna
Cat's good. We're good
I'm
with
gonna
Cat.
be honest
okay.
here. I'm trying to make my own way here. I'm trying to step outside of my family's shadow and make my way in my following here. And I tap the stone on my shoulder under the light of Sune. And that's going to take some doing. So this is a great start. I know it came out of nowhere and happened really quick, but if we can make this work as a team, it would mean a lot to me. And the way that things have been going, I think that we could really make this work. So my point is that I think the solution to our friend's problem here, gesturing at Oscar, is that we need to find this Black Viper so that he is no longer a suspect.
At that point, you guys hear a knock at the door.
Oh, God damn it. God's damn it.
Well, that's interesting.
Hello?
Well,
Who's gonna answer the door?
who's closest? I think, Bart, you're the only one still standing. I'll look at you. Would you?
I look at people while they're trying to decide who should answer the door, and I walk over to the door and answer it.
When you open the door, it's Renair, and he says, "Hi,
Lord
Volo."
Number,
Yeah,
whatever. your name
Evernimber.
is.
He's got 2 bottles of wine in his hand, and he's
What a
kind of shakes them in
pleasure.
the air. He says, housewarming gift. Volo told me about the place. Mind if I come in?"
Yes, my lord. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again.
Thank you. He comes in. He has a seat at the bar. Puts the 2 wine bottles on the bar. Says, Todrin, you and Bart can tell this is pretty nice wine. It's not the most expensive in town, but it's pretty good wine. He sets
Ooh,
it down.
Kentucky
And he says,
Deluxe, my favorite.
he looks around and says, "Do you have any wine glasses?" He's just looking. Just
She
really,
throws a mug down his way that's kind of
Ah.
dusty and a little dirty, and here you go.
suppose it'll do. And he takes it out a handkerchief and he starts wiping it clean. He says, close enough. And he starts pouring it into the.
Can we
Yeah,
say that I
the mug.
did stock the area as I spent those hours
Oh,
decorating?
you didn't have enough time for all of that.
No, not
But
for all
we'll
that.
we'll
Okay.
get to that within the next 10 day or so.
Okay, that's fine.
Says, so I came to see you for a couple of reasons. Says, first, Floon is doing fine. He's at home resting. That half
That's
orc
good.
was apparently torturing him in front of that would you say it was called a mind flayer? He looks at Bart.
Ah, yes, the
S-
mind flayer.
Yeah, apparently, from what he told me, that creature was overseeing the interrogation, and obviously he didn't know what to tell them because he wasn't me. Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you when you asked if I knew why they wanted me.
Ah?
The Zentarum thinks that my father embezzled a large amount of gold while he was open lord, and that he hid the dragons somewhere in the city. They think they can find it by using an artifact called the Stone of Golor, which was in the hands of the Xanathar Guild until recently.
The stone
Apparent
of what? Golem?
Golor.
Oh. Golem.
There you go. Chat. Apparently someone stole it. The Zents thought I might know something about all of this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken in years.
Oh, shit. So you said the Zentarum are looking for that stone?
Yes. I think this is what kicked off the war between the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild.
Are the
Now,
Xanathar looking for the stone as well?
I absolutely think so, that they would want it back.
All right. What,
Now, whether the Zentarum actually stole it or not, I don't know.
well, what do you need from us?
Just keep your ears out. That's all. If you hear anything on the streets about this, if you see anything, just give me a shout if you find out. And I'll do the same.
Where can we find you?
I have a manor in the Sea Ward if you want to find me there. Otherwise, if you want to contact me through the Yawning Portal, that's fine. Bolo knows how to get in contact with me. Just we'll find each other. Don't worry.
So, my lord, how much is it worth to have information on the stone?
He just kind of grins. He says, "Ever the mercenary. There will be payment." He just leans back and sips from his glass. I have no interest in this stone or what it may lead to. If my father did steal this money from the city of Waterdeep, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. He's been accused of many things, far worse than that.
No interest, yet here you sit talking about it. Seems odd, doesn't it?
He just kind of smiles and sips his wine. It's not my money. The money belongs to the city of Waterdeep.
So you're here on their behalf.
He just smiles again.
Well, we'll see what we can do about this stone of Golor.
He hangs out with you guys for a while and talks about that and other things. And just as he's starting to get up to leave, he turns to you and he says, turns to you, whoever's closest, I'm going to call it Bart. He says, there is one other thing. And he takes out an envelope. He says, these are tickets to the opera at Lightsinger Theater in the Sea Ward.
Oh.
For all 4 of you.
You didn't have to, Reyna.
He just looks at you and he says, I did. Formal attire is required for admittance.
Oh, but of course.
And he
Will
puts
you be there?
I will be. And
Oh.
a friend of mine will be there. I would strongly encourage you to be there. This will be, let's see, what night? Tonight.
Oh. Well, all right then.
And we will take care of that next week.
Oh shit, we gotta get everybody dressed up. Formal attire required. That was a crazy session. I feel bad for some reason.
As long as I can sit up front.
Kai,
Is
I
that
had
where we're
wanted to-
ending it? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yes,
Okay.
that's where I'm going to call it for the night. Kai, I apologize for springing that on you. I wanted to talk to you about it a little bit, and then I was like, no, it'd be better if I sprung it on him. And then it was like, oh shit.
Literally had no idea that I would be getting into that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
But
that's
you're
a
a
good
fugitive
thing.
now.
Oh shit.
I didn't even do it. It was all her.
That was awesome.
Oh fuck. My biggest surprise was when I gave why they were going to go get the guards, and Kat's like, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
fuck.
And well, fuck.
What I told Saf and Kai where you guys were gone was that I think that it was more Zach, me personally, that jumped into saving Oscar than my character at all. So I'm just gonna make that I'm starting to, take a liking to Oscar and feel a need to protect him because
Yeah.
You make the armor sparkle.
because that
You're not.
I lied to the watch as a paladin noble.
what
Like
would your-
fuck.
What would your character do for quote unquote penance when he
But
makes
you
a
look good
mistake?
doing it.
Because I think it's okay for your character to make mistakes because
That's
he's
a good point.
human.
That's a good
So he's
point.
going to make mistakes. I think you just have to come up with a way to,
Thank
go to
you.
confession or whatever or something. It doesn't have to change you as a character. You just, when you screw up, you go and fix it.
You're right.
With your
You're
god.
absolutely right. Wow.
Into
Okay.
a self-whipping.
Scourging. Vigorous
He
scourging.
walks over to Katerina and hands her, a cat of nine tails. Says, "Would you mind?"
Were you gonna be busy tonight? I get the feeling you don't like me, and I think that works well for what I have in mind.
I just want to say,
Wow.
you guys stepped on more landmines tonight than I know what to do
Holy
with.
fuck. Didn't we, though?
I mean, Todrin
That
almost got thrown out a window by a ghost. Oscar's a fugitive with 3 months in prison on the table.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
awesome.
Kai,
still
I hope
okay.
you don't mind me springing that on you that way.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm just a little confused about what Bart did, though, or got, or talked about. Did we?
Oh,
We
he
don't
wanted
know.
to keep it private.
We
He
know
didn't want
nothing.
Okay, so we
reveal
don't.
that
We
to the
don't.
group.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure
I can
didn't
tell
miss
you
anything.
it is something none of the rest of you have heard anything about yet.
Sex
so
bills.
don't worry
right?
That's all
about
I'll
it.
say. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that was a really cool session.
Yeah, it was.
I love the image of you guys sitting around this table just, oh my god, what have we done? And this ghost just takes the drink and just starts pouring it out like,
Right?
"You
Like
assholes."
when morale couldn't be lower and we're
Exactly.
literally the question was just stated, should we even give a shit about each other or should we leave? And then as we're sitting there thinking about it, a ghost just dumps the cup on the table.
Exactly.
I like the idea that we just completely ignore the ghost, like entirely.
Katarina basically does. She's like, okay, there's a ghost. What's new?
Right. Yep. You did do that. That's true.
So, just so I know what to prepare for next week, I'm going to ask a couple of quick questions. My intention is to handle this, the theater, the opera thing. I've got the murderer in the dock ward. If you guys want to handle that, we'll handle.
Well, we're gonna have to have 5 minutes alone
Sure.
for her to even have a discussion because we were
I
never
know.
alone for more than literally 5 minutes until Raynor came knocking on the door.
So
we didn't even
have
get to figure out what to do
three-
about Oscar yet.
We have 3 leads, right? We have the murderer, we have the what was it, the Raven, and then the opera that we need to go to tonight. So
Yeah.
so
we
maybe
have to
we
figure
can.
our shit out because Oscar can't just go showing up at an opera house.
How long
That's
did you say
true.
that disguise spell lasts?
I clean up well.
It only lasts an hour.
How long is
And
an
I think
opera?
a couple
A lot
7
longer.
hours.
It's like 4 hours
Holy shit.
plus travel time.
Then you have 4 bathroom
Have a
trips
towel.
or a towel. Maybe Oscar just doesn't like opera.
Like I'll just like
Yeah,
put a
right.
towel over my head and then grow like 4 feet.
Well, it's entirely up to you guys how you want to handle it.
I think
Okay, good. We'll
maybe
figure that out.
the opera
Yeah.
is the first order of business just because it's the same day. We can discuss the other things amongst us as a party to figure out what we want to do, but the time constraints are going to force us to at least do the opera first for you, Kazin. So that
Okay.
you know. I think that's my opinion.
Well, in between then and
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, between the opera and what happened with the magistrate, that's a good 6 hours or so that you'll be able to handle all of the things you were talking about that you wanted to do with the market as far as art and
Oh,
decorating
cool.
the place.
Yeah, and we got to get everybody set up with nice
Yeah.
Yeah,
duds.
I'll spend all my time in my room reading that new spell book and spending gold
Sure.
transcribing spells.
Okay.
There's only really 2 that I want, but I think I'm
What are
only going
they?
to take Disguise Self.
Oh,
Well,
dude,
you
that
know
comes in
what?
handy so much.
Yeah.
You've got the book available to transcribe them whenever you want, so that's
Right.
not something you have to do right this minute.
Right, I don't have to, but
Yeah.
the sooner I can get the spells I want out of it, the sooner I can take that book and sell it or whatever. Or stash it somewhere so I have a backup spell book.
Yeah. Did anyone need me to transcribe any notes about the Stone of Golor or what he said? Or did y'all get to all that?
In fact, Kaysen, I got the stuff on the stone.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
Just to confirm, I have the Stone of Golor and the stash of gold that Lord Neverember supposedly stashed. Those are
Right.
what the Zentarum are looking for, and we think that's what started the war between the Xanathar and the Zentarum.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm good.
But I was gonna ask you,
Sure.
for spell transcribing, it's mostly talking about new spells, but since I know all the spells in my spell book really well, can I move those spells into the other spell book without
So sorry,
spending gold?
There are rules about that under Wizard. I'd have to